ESPN.com/sports.
ESPN 710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Monday, June 2nd edition of the Hall of Famers as we get ready for another week of world-class content. The WCC, world-class content. Not to be confused with Will Kane. That's a long story. Anyway, we'll talk about Dodgers Yankees over the weekend. Plus, the NBA Finals are set for a tip-off on Thursday. And we'll do the usual fun and fair that this show is known for.
He said that he's never in his life peed in a race car, which surprised me. But if you've got a 5-hour race or 4-hour race, and you got to go, it's important to stay hydrated.
Right.
You got to go.
Sure. Right? Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Deshae Reynolds just go by. It was his birthday over the weekend.
Happy belated.
Right here, Deshae.
Oh, was his birthday?
Rolled right through here. Yeah, his birthday over the weekend. Hey, what is going on, people? It is Monday, and it's the Monday after the Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the New York Yankees. Could not come up with... yesterday was the game I was most confident about because it was Yamamoto, and he had his worst start of the year by far. Couldn't get anything. The split finger wasn't there. The curveball wasn't there. And that was the worst performance we've seen from Yoshinobu Yamamoto this year. But the Dodgers do take 2 out of 3.
And here come the Mets.
Yeah, here come the Mets exactly for 4. So, Ireland, Friday night.
Okay.
I got to find out how the other half lives.
I'm glad you're going here. I gave Mason the full Manhattan Beach experience
honorary South Bay guy.
On Friday night. We started at my favorite restaurant, Slay. Juan, Mace, Lisa, and me. And then I took him to the elusive 900 Club. I'll let you do the talking here. Did everything live up to what you thought it would be, or was some of it disappointing? Overall, what was your experience like?
First of all, dinner. And we met David fantastic chicken parm. Just a great chicken parm. And a couple of good Manhattans there. And then we go to the 900 Club. We roll up there and we walk by like 6 other David Slay restaurants.
Yeah, we did.
And the creamery and a bunch of stuff like that. And we roll in. First of all, John Ireland is walking to the door. They roll out a red carpet. They're like, here comes Ireland. And I'm like, I'm just along for the ride. So we go to the downstairs is like, that's not exclusive downstairs.
That's the sandbar. Yeah, anybody can go in there.
But we go upstairs. And John's got the secret password, and we sneak through the black curtains, and then I see it all. It all spreads out before me, the 900 Club.
People were so excited to meet Mason because they've met me 100 times. And, it was...
Who is our the person who waited on us?
She's great.
She was terrific. She was terrific. Really, and she was excited. Paul Franklin
listens to the show every day. Jeff Proctor, our old boss.
Our old boss, Jeff Proctor, who actually told Juan that I almost got him fired several times because I dropped the F-bomb on FS West 2.
But
overall, I thought just a fantastic night. I long for the next time I can hang out in the South Bay and see what
now that you've met everybody, you have an open invite. You probably don't even need me. You just walk in and do your thing.
I don't know about that.
You know who is now super jealous of you?
Cappy.
Yeah.
Did Cappy get to go to the 900 Club?
Not with me.
See,
he's never been with me.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
But, Cap is as good at getting into places where he is not a member than anyone I've ever seen. So he would just walk in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I thought just a spectacular night. I had such a good time. Lisa looks great. She's always fun to hang out with. And you're there, too. Now Saturday... I'd gotten tickets for Dodgers Yankees. I was super excited for it, and I didn't necessarily get clearance from the powers that be. So the moment I announced that we've got tickets to Dodgers Yankees, Juan says, nope. We're going to the Ritz-Carlton in Marina Del Rey. And we went and soaked out at the pool for a day. But he just would not. I gave the tickets to my friends Matt and Vince, and they went. They had a good time. They left in the 5th inning.
I would have left in the 3rd when it was 10-0.
That game was. They finished. I think it was 100-2 was the final score of that game. They just kept on hitting. But I don't know if I'm disappointed I missed that game or not. Am I
Well, it
disappointed?
was such a blowout. It's not like Friday night would have been the night to go. The night we were in 900.
When they came
when
back
we
against
walked
Max
into
Fried.
900, they had all the TVs on the Dodger game. The Dodgers were down 5-2, and when we left, they were up 6-5.
Yeah, they got to Max Fried. What do you think, Brian?
I don't know. I was watching that game Saturday. I was thinking, man, if there's going to be a game to be at, it's this one.
Oh, you thought so?
I thought you were there. I was like, oh, I'm so jealous
Yeah,
of Mace right
no,
now. He's there.
no,
Same.
was
You even
not
saw
there.
Aaron Judge hit a home run in a meaningless fashion.
Didn't he hit
Which is
two?
nice.
I think he hit 2 in that game. I
maybe
think it
on
was
Saturday,
18-2,
I
and the
think
2
so. That's
Yankee
right, yes.
runs were 2 solo Aaron Judge
Ohtani,
homers.
it was
And can
great.
I just announce Saturday was Knack Day. Now
Oh,
we
nice,
have
great.
Knack Day. Landon Knack had a really good start for the Dodgers on
Otani
Saturday.
was falling asleep anyways.
Oh, I
in
know.
that game.
Tani nodded off at one
Yeah.
point. The
He's
video's
like-
all over
So what's your point?
social media. Well, I mean, seriously, I think a lot of people nodded off when it's 10
No,
to
I
2.
do it all the
I
time.
was jealous. I thought
Sure,
you were there.
you gotta catch some winks when you can.
Yeah.
Come on.
He only comes up every 8 batters.
I honestly, same as Brian, I was going to text you guys, but I try not to bug you guys during the weekend. I was like, Maze, what is the atmosphere there? Because it's such a blowout. And to find out you weren't there,
Yeah.
it's kind of sad.
Although I will say this, I don't know. Have you ever used Resort Pass? This is the thing.
No,
So
it's
this is
a
when
new
you
pass
don't
thing.
have a room, but
Yes.
you want to use the hotel.
The pool and the
Correct.
facilities and all that
Didn't even know that was a
stuff.
thing.
It is.
And for
Cool
I
thing.
think it was $60, we stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in the marina and hung out at the pool and the jacuzzi and all that stuff. The game was on TV. We had a really nice day. But that's a tip for people. If you want to do Resort Pass, it's a great way to spend the day. Saturday was just a beautiful day too. Even at the beach, it was sunny.
The weather was perfect this weekend. This is
Yeah.
one of those weekends where it's like, why would you want to live anywhere else but here?
Exactly. Brian, what did you do with your weekend? Watch Dodgers?
Watch the Dodgers, watch a couple movies.
Yeah, what'd you see?
I saw Lilo and Stitch on Friday, and then I saw.
nice.
It was pretty good. I saw Friendship with Tim Robinson and.
Oh, I
Paul
heard
Rudd.
about that. Was it funny?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I feel like if you like that style of comedy, because if you don't, I don't think you'd really get the movie.
What's the appeal of? Is it Lilo or Lilo? and
Lilo.
Stitch?
Lilo.
So what is the appeal of it? I know it is like an alien with
It's
a dog.
Yeah, it's
is
a
that what it
remake
is?
of one of their animated movies, like a live action. Yeah, it's a little alien dude, and
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
Yeah?
It's a Hawaii.
It's
you
the
know?
second biggest grossing movie of the year.
Yeah, I saw it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I
Was
would
it
see
just
again.
you and a bunch of little kids?
No, I mean, me and Allison saw the 1031, so it was mostly older adults.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it. Laura, what about you? What was what did you have cooking this weekend?
So I worked, and I also celebrated my mom's birthday. It was
Oh,
her birthday
nice.
on Saturday.
Happy
Happy birthday, Mom.
She says, thank you guys. And just hang out with the boyfriend and watch some Dodgers, and that's pretty much it.
There you go.
A little bit about NBA, but
All right. Let's see. Where are we going to start? I'll tell you what.
Dodgers Mets is 7:10 tonight, right?
correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's Dustin.
Boy, I'll
May
tell you,
for
our
the
friend Bill
Dodgers.
Platchkey is still sticking to
He's
this
still-
Dodgers are doomed thing.
I mean,
they
he
had
is-
this big weekend where they take 2 or 3 from the Yankees, and his column this morning was Dodgers are broken. They blew a chance to sweep. The sky is falling. I'm like, Bill,
He's the only guy. Who,
enjoy it.
He's the
Come
only
on.
guy who went dark after the Dodgers took 2 of 3 from the Yankees, and
Without
he's
Mookie too.
and without Mookie.
Right, come on now.
All right. Hey, join Mason and Ireland and Shadano and Cap next Wednesday, June 11th, for a live broadcast. And it's a Los Angeles Dodgers San Diego. Oh, I see. It's a Los Angeles San Diego viewing party starting at noon at Islands in West Covina. Going to be talking some baseball, repping LA Pride, soaking up the SoCal vibes, all from the Islands at 139 Barranca Avenue, West Covina. That is LA takes on South, and we're all enjoying with great food and cold drinks and all that stuff. That's Wednesday, next Wednesday at Islands Restaurants, fine burgers and drinks. I think you're going to miss that one, right? I
Yeah,
think it's
I'm
me
gonna be
and-
in Idaho.
Me and Andy, and all kinds of surprises. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. It can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. Who has 11 weeks? Stop messing around. Go to this website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. It's free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. You put your job on ZipRecruiter, and their powerful matching technology takes over. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance, and they don't. How quick they find candidates is impressive. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? It's free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Gloom America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the black and gold. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, the celebration at Viva!
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, NextGen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. NextGen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGen.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
Hey, it's Monday.
I don't care.
That's right.
That's
Alan
right.
does not care that it's a Monday, although I refuse under any circumstances to put the word happy together with the word Monday. I don't believe anybody is happy.
Happy
Oh,
start
I
of
don't
the
mind
week.
Mondays.
Mondays. The average person's like, oh, God, we get to goof around, but the average person's like, gotta get back to driving this truck or whatever the hell you're doing.
Is it
in
weird
office.
that we now officially live in a world where TNT has no NBA basketball?
I know, it is weird. It is weird.
It's over.
Yeah.
Never again.
They signed off after the Knicks lost to the Pacers as the Pacers advanced to the NBA Finals. Final words from Ernie Johnson.
So thank you. We have been honored to do this. And we look forward. The four of us, as you've already heard, the four of us are going to be together. Our production crew is going to be together. It's going to be that same bunch. We're still going to be shooting that show in Atlanta. It's just going to air somewhere else. And so the craziness that you've seen, the nonsense and the foolishness and the top-notch basketball analysis, all of that stuff's going to be on. It's going to be on ESPN or ABC next year, not on TNT. For that, it's we're sad. But I'm proud to say for the last time, thanks for watching us. It's the NBA on TNT.
There you go.
All right, do you believe him? That all the foolishness, the nonsense, and everything will continue unscathed over at ESPN?
If I had seen ESPN really get into managing and manipulating and giving orders to Pat McAfee.
This is a good point.
Then this is sort of a similar situation, right? The show's not being done in Bristol. Mm-hmm. It's being done in Atlanta. It's not being done by an ESPN crew. It's being done by a TNT crew. And I am going on the assumption that this show is going to be the same.
So, for example, the other night, both Shaq and Kenny, in their final performance, used the F word live on the air.
That's what McAfee does every day.
Right. When they do that on ESPN, do they get their hand slapped or do they just look the other way?
Again, I think you would just point to Exhibit A, Pat McAfee. They're dropping F-bombs on that show, so why shouldn't we be? Although I don't think that's really their game. I don't think the Inside the NBA guys drop a lot of F-bombs. That's not really what they do.
I almost think they did it, both Shaq and Kenny, to say, look, don't come at us don't manage us. Yeah. Don't come at us and try and tell us to do what we're doing. We know what we're doing.
Right.
And hopefully ESPN takes that and just says, you know what?
Get out of the way.
Yeah, it ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Here's a little something Shaq said from the final show.
There's always saying when something passes away, something is reborn. And yes, it is the ending of the Inside the NBA on TNT, but it's the new beginning for us. I'm glad we're still together on whatever network we go to. And whatever network we're coming to, we bring in the pain. Just letting you know right now. Okay, I know everybody's sad that, it ain't going to be the show. The show is still here, baby. You can never kill the four horsemen. We coming. And we coming to take spots. We coming to kick ass, and we coming to take names.
Take names.
And we doing it our way.
Hey, I love it.
So, okay?
Let's go play,
So,
Jack. I'm ready to go
you
right
got
now.
it. So, all the
Hey.
sadness about that show, we coming with a whole brand new show, and we don't care who in our way. We coming to kick ass and take names.
Oh, I can play with. See, that's why I want to play with him. Can I be Ric Flair?
Yes.
Okay, we good.
Yes. We coming.
And the last thing.
The name changes, but the boys are here. We them boys.
We them boys.
That was
says
Thursday
Shaq.
night. He said
that was Thursday night. Okay.
And then on Saturday they reiterated it. So I think all this dialogue coming out of them is a precursor to tell ESPN, don't get in our way.
I mean, let's face it. When you get as big as Shaquille O'Neal, as Charles Barkley, you're unmanageable.
Right.
You can't manage those guys. You can't rein them in. What are you going to do?
You don't want to be managed.
Charles, stop goofing around.
Right.
Shaq, knock off the jokes. I mean, I don't know what you actually say.
They're going to laugh.
Now, what's weird about this is apparently, and Charles has talked about this, says it's the stupidest damn show he's ever been part of, but TNT is going to continue to do an Inside the NBA show without NBA basketball.
They haven't committed to it yet.
Charles said they did a pilot, and it was the stupidest damn show he ever did.
That's why.
Okay.
They did
so it's not guaranteed. Like, what? You can't do that when you're on a network that doesn't have basketball and you're actually on opposite games.
Yeah, this would be the equivalent of another network other than NBC doing a live Olympic show without any of the video or the Olympic rights. You can't do it.
Right.
So I think cooler heads will prevail, and they'll bail on that idea.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question about the NBA in general. Do you think, and we're about to have probably the lowest rated NBA finals in many years with Oklahoma City and Indiana.
Yeah, I think they're the two smallest markets ever to meet in the final.
Is parity good for the NBA? Is it good to have small markets get good because you wind up with the smaller markets in the finals, less ratings, less revenue, right? I guess not revenue.
No, you're right.
Yeah, less revenue.
One leads to the other. I like 800-pound gorillas. I like super teams.
The second apron is going to eliminate those.
Right. And so for me, it's not good. For Adam Silver, he would say it's great because all 30 teams feel like they have a chance. In baseball, for example, where there is no salary cap, 20 of the 30 teams don't think they have a chance.
No.
But in the NBA, Find me the person that said it was going to be Oklahoma City, Indiana in the final.
Yeah.
They're
Nobody
lying
had that one.
if they said they picked that.
But again, the second apron means you can keep probably two superstar teams are going to be common.
Right.
3 superstar teams are going to be rare because of the second apron.
And
when those stars spread out, the other teams, some of the smaller market teams, are going to be better. Then they wind up in the finals, and you get a ratings tank.
I think it's you're one position off.
Okay.
I think you're going to be able to keep 3 and no more than that. For example, I think Oklahoma City is going to keep Shea, Jalen Williams, and Chet.
Right.
They won't be able to afford anybody else, which means Lou Dort goes to the open market. Isaiah Hartenstein goes to the open market. Kason Wallace, gone. All those guys, gone. In Indiana's case, they'll pay Halliburton.
Yep.
They'll pay Siakam. And then they got a decision to make. Do they? My guess is the third guy they pay is Miles Turner.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden, Nebhard, who's been so great, Matherin, all those guys, completely available. And that's what you were talking about, how the non-superstars start to spread out.
Yes.
And for the Lakers, that's why if they got a decision to make about Austin.
Yep.
Because you're going to pay Luka, you're going to pay LeBron, and you're either going to pay Austin or you're going to trade him and go get a really good center.
Right.
So that's why this is going to get harder. I think most great teams are going to be able to pay 3 and get rid of everybody else.
I'm going to give you a cockamamie. People still using the word cockamamie?
You are. Why not?
I'm bringing it back. Cockamamie.
Okay.
I'm going to bring back
You see?
There is a cockamamie Lakers made-up trade.
I love made-up trades.
After Wheel of Questions. In the meantime, ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night, happening July the 11th, Friday night at the West Covina Sportsplex. Kids 7 and 12 can swing big, be part of the All-Star action. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card and sign up in your designed age group. Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles, happy kids. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. You know, the weekends are generally really fun. You know, you have a good time on the weekend, playing all kinds of cool stuff. Not everybody did. Some people out there, maybe it's you, struggling with depression. I mean, there was a time in my life where I, frankly, just could not get out of bed. I was just depressed. And, you know, if you're experiencing anxiety or depression or any mental health issues, the folks at BetterHelp, who I'm proudly partnered with, have over 35 therapists that you can talk to. It is the world's largest online therapy platform. They have served 5 million people globally. Convenient. Join a session with a click of a button. I'm telling you, if you're having problems, you want somebody to talk to. And BetterHelp gives you just that. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
Or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
Maybe. You know what? Sometimes the wheel lands there, and it is what it is.
Huh?
All right, guys. So, you mentioned T-ball in the
T-ball,
last
yeah.
segment. So my goddaughter called me over the weekend. She's 9 years old, and I basically raised her, so I feel like she's part mine.
Okay.
And she was crying, telling me she got in trouble with her parents. And she told me that my sister told her that the boogeyman is under her bed.
Okay.
I'm like, 9 years old, you still believe in the boogeyman? I was like, okay, for us, it was a chupacabra, but whatever.
Okay.
Right? So it got me thinking, what is like one of the weirdest things that you believed as a kid that now as an adult, you're like, why the bleep did I even think that was real? Because she is like, I'm like, Mommy, it's okay. The boogeyman's not down there. You're fine. No one's going to pull
Something
you.
I believed as a kid that now I don't anymore?
Yeah, that you are like, why the
Why
hell did
did
I even, yeah, why did you even think that was real?
Okay, so...
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
You guys probably remember, there was this phase that was in like the 70s or 80s where you would try and figure out something called your biorhythm.
Oh, yeah, biorhythm, sure.
And I learned how to do it. And I could say, hey, what's your birthday? And I'll figure out your biorhythm. And like,
What
what's
is
the
that?
best age? Is complete crap.
Yeah, complete crap.
Completely made up. Believed in it for probably 10 years, and then I...
Did you believe in it for 10
Yeah.
years? Huh?
The other one, power balance bracelets.
Those were the biggest scam in history.
And we all wore them.
We all wore them.
Remember Trevor Reza came in here and he goes, yeah, he goes, they're the greatest. Try these on.
They named an arena after power bracelets.
Power balance.
Power balance, yeah.
Yeah, I now think complete crap.
Yeah, I don't even know if that exists anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't think it does. Okay, so I was afraid of dogs when I was a kid, believe it or not. My friend,
and now you can't get enough of
my
them.
friend Mike Powder had a Doberman, and it bit him. And from that point forward, I was like, you know, that's Doberman's scary, big dogs scary. I don't like, now I got, dogs all the time. But for a long time, because it bit Mike Powder, and by the way, I won't say word, it bit him like right
in the
face.
Okay.
So I was like freaked out whenever I got near a dog. So that was it, and I've overcome that fear, and obviously
You love dogs.
always have dogs, yeah.
Brian, what'd you believe in as a kid that you don't believe in anymore?
We're talking like little kid. You know that old saying, oh, step on a crack, you break your mother's
Yes.
back. Oh, there was a time where I was like,
You wouldn't step
adamant.
on a crack.
Yeah, you would not do it.
Do you still?
Oh, well, now, yeah. Sorry, Mom. Yeah.
I'll be honest. If you see me walking in towards the Starbucks, I am always doing something with the cracks in the pavement. Either I'm stepping on them, I'm avoiding them, I'm only stepping on the black ones, I'm only stepping on the light colored ones, and I always have this. And I say in my head all the time, if I can do this all the way to Starbucks, it's going to be a great show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
So, by the way, today, successfully stepped
There
on
you go.
every single crack all the way in.
All right,
Power
so
bands.
what is
Still a thing.
what is the
Is it?
fake trade?
Okay, ready? Fake trade.
I love fake trades.
Okay, so this is interesting. This is a 4-team trade.
Okay.
That's how you know it's really fake. The more teams you include, the fakier it is. Dallas Mavericks get Donovan Mitchell, 2031 first-round pick, and a picks. Just say picks, okay? Like 3 first-round picks. So Donovan Mitchell, 3 first-round picks. Cleveland.
Wait, Dallas gets 3 first-round picks?
3 first-round picks.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell and 3 first-round picks. Cavs get a number 1 pick in 2025, plus Javon Carter, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and P.J. Washington, and center Daniel Gafford.
Goes to Cleveland.
Goes to Cleveland.
Okay.
The Bulls get Dalton Knecht, Caleb Martin, and a whole bunch of draft picks.
Okay.
And the Lakers get Jared Allen from Cleveland. So basically,
So what did I give up there if I'm the Lakers?
You gave up draft picks, both draft picks. You gave up Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber. You gave up Dalton Knecht. That's it. And you get Jared Allen. That's
right.
actually a total doable. And you,
Here's
by the way,
the
you
team
did that without Austin Reeves.
Here's the team that says no.
Okay.
Cleveland.
Why? Donovan Mitchell, irreplaceable, yeah.
And Jared Allen.
Yeah, right. Although they probably have to move on one of them. They get number 1 pick, Javon Carter, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, not even close to enough.
To Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
The Lakers would do that trade, I think.
The Cavs, the Lakers would do it, Dallas would do it, and Chicago would do it. The Cavs are giving up 2 All-Stars and getting a poo-poo platter back.
By the way, the thing that is not mentioned here is, let's see, who's getting the number one pick? Oh, Cleveland is getting Cooper Flag. They're getting the number 1 pick.
Oh, you buried the lead.
Yeah, I did. It says 2025 number 1 pick. Now I'm seeing it's Cooper Flag.
All right, so now you got to swing me over to Dallas. Dallas is getting Donovan Mitchell and 3 other number 1s.
3 other number 1s. Cleveland's getting...
They're getting Flag.
Flag. Javon Carter, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford.
I still think you're breaking up a Cleveland team that won 66, 67 games, and Cleveland would be the one not to do it. But the fact that they're getting Flag makes me think about it. I don't think Dallas... The sentiment I've had from guys I've talked to is that Patrick Dumont, the guy in Dallas, and Nico Harrison severely underestimated the blowback they would get after they traded Luka. Because they thought, we're getting Anthony Davis. He's an elite big man. People will understand. Well, people didn't understand. They got absolutely crucified. And they feel like they've now been handed a gift horse in the mouth. And they can't trade it away. They can't trade Cooper Flag on the heels of trading
Luka Doncic.
Just in case Flag turns out to be the next Luka.
Right.
So I think that would blow it.
I
love that trade for the Lakers, though. That'd be great.
If I was Dallas, I think, just thinking logically, I've already been crushed by Dallas Mavericks fans. I think I'm keeping Cooper Flag because they're going to look at it and say they effed that up because that's their experience. All right, John, I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Love Island?
Probably, but tell me how it works.
Brian?
What's the premise of it?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, now it comes back tomorrow.
Okay,
on June the 3rd.
Is this where they put a bunch of hot singles on an island and see who hooks
Brian,
up?
is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, and I also believe it is like 6 nights a week, if I'm not mistaken.
No, is it really 6 nights a week?
It's on practically
every
night.
No, it can't be on 6 nights a
so
week.
Wait, Brian, are there rules, or do they just plop a bunch of hot people on an island and see what happens?
Basically, that is the premise, but there are some sort of rules where the last couple standing gets $50,000.
I was going to suggest that we all watch the show and play along, but it is on every night except Wednesday.
Right?
What?
Who's got that kind of commitment time in them? Every night but Wednesday, the show is on. That's
Hard
crazy.
pass.
I'm out.
Hard
I
pass.
thought it was a cool idea if it was one episode a week.
More importantly, can we get Parker Bell on this show?
Where's Janice?
I think we've rolled with this a couple of times.
Is Love Island one of the shows you looked into?
Yeah, Parker definitely wants to be on Love Island because he's an F-boy.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
but I didn't know if he's applied. Have you applied for that one, Parker? They said no, or you didn't. They said
passed.
no.
Oh, they passed on Parker.
How could you pass on Parker?
Yeah.
Especially with that new mustache.
Yeah, I know. The mustache is rolling.
It's like perfect.
By the way, everybody seems to be rolling with mustaches now. Have you noticed that? The mustache is making a huge comeback. I think most of our social media team, there's Anthony, everybody's got a mustache now.
Anthony says I did it first.
Yeah,
Anthony wants credit.
Anthony started. But I mean, don't you in public see more people with mustaches? I think there's a big mustache movement.
Yes, I think they are more socially
Brian?
acceptable.
That's
yeah.
That's
Oh,
kind of a
nothing here.
mustache.
No.
Yeah,
Not
kind
really.
of
He's on there.
Yeah.
I can't. The guys in the back, they got it down.
Yeah, I'm not a mustache guy, but it seems to be making a comeback. All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti coming up. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Ireland, I will give you one guess. There is a figure from sports who is going to be nominated for an Emmy for acting this year.
Okay.
Do you have any idea who it is?
And it's from sports.
Somebody from sports.
All right, so I'm trying to think of somebody. Brian, help me with this one. I know Stephen A. did an acting stint. I don't think it's him, but I'm trying to think of someone else from sports. Like, do you think it's the Mannings for the Manning cast? Could they be winning something?
Oh, it could be. I could
Laura,
see that.
who are we forgetting? Stephen A. Smith, the Mannings.
Is this for like movies too, or no?
It's for a TV show.
Okay.
It's for a
John, it's a show you've seen.
Okay. Let's come up with at least one good guess before we quit. So, was it a guest stint?
Yes.
Okay, so an athlete did a guest stint.
A sports figure.
On a show. Okay, so not necessarily an athlete. I'm going to, just because I can't think of another one, I'm going to guess Stephen A.
It is Jerry Jones.
For Landman.
For Landman. Gives this great speech. And I was like, after it, I was like, I would put him in a movie. He's actually totally credible as an actor. He's great in that scene, and they're going to nominate him. Can you believe that?
He's good in that scene.
He's going to win an Emmy before he wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How about that?
By the way, he's good in that scene.
Oh, I thought he was killer.
I think a lot of people made a big deal out of it because he could act.
Yes.
That's not an Emmy. He's in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but it's best guest actor. He's a guest. He's acting.
All right, Laura has it.
Oh, you
play
actually
it.
have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
play it. I don't think this is Emmy worthy, but play it.
My daughter, when I was in my 30s, went to school at Stanford. I couldn't stand it. She was so far from Arkansas. So I'd think of reasons to make trips out there. Try to come up with a little business or something. I go out there with her. I get an old office downtown Palo Alto. Jean goes to class with her. I said, I need to get some things going out.
And then he keeps talking until he's done.
Yeah. I
don't want to play the whole thing.
He was surprisingly good at it.
Surprisingly good.
Not Emmy worthy.
Held his own with John Hamm and Billy Bob Thornton. Did you finish? I
think it was just Hamm.
No, it's both.
Was
Both
Billy
were in the
Bob
room.
in that scene too?
Also in the room. Have you finished Friends and Neighbors?
No, but I hear it's great. I hear the end's great. I
the
will.
John Hamm show's excellent. Yeah.
When I go to Idaho next week, that's what I'm going to dive into.
It's a really good one. All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti right now. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. And don't forget, listen all week long for your chance to watch Sunday night's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite with Jacob and Ronnie. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Winner picks up 1 pair of suite passes. Listen all week long for your chance to win. And don't forget, thank Jacob and Ronnie. Call jacob.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers. Order at Waba Grill.
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get, because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, Sports Graffiti time on a Monday after the Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees and the NBA Finals are set. OKC and Indiana starting on Thursday. Let's hit the phones and let's start out with Jesse. Jesse, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Jesse.
Good afternoon, and how dare you try to take my GM title as the station's go-to for the crazy
Yeah,
trade.
we've got other people making up trades too, Jesse.
But I've got a trade that I think would work.
Excellent.
We send Rui and Jared and Maxey to the Magic for Jonathan Isaac and Goga Bitadze.
Don't like it.
Okay.
No, the last.
Just hung up on
who
you.
was the last guy?
Goga Bitadze. He's just a big guy who stands outside and shoots
I want
threes.
guys whose
Man,
names
I want
can
Vanderbilt
pronounce.
more than I would want either one of
that
those.
name's too tough to
Jonathan
say.
Isaac is hurt every 5 minutes.
That's a tough name too. Do you ever get worried when they trade for a guy with a tough name?
Sure.
Yeah. What's his name again? Georgie Batavi?
Goga Bitadze.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Bitadze! Let's go to Mondo. Mondo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Mondo.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Mace, first thing, whose house?
Rams' house!
All right. Hey, I'm glad you guys brought up that Shohei thing, because you guys have been running a promo about John and Kobe and all the greats who can only run on 1 hour of sleep. I challenge that, man, because hour 3, you know, John's catching Z's hour 3 regularly.
Yeah,
What's going on?
me and Shohei tend to catch a few winks whenever we can.
John just talks with his eyes closed sometimes.
No, I'm taking
Hey,
a nap.
If the
That's
gummies
for
don't
sure.
work, just pop on hour 3 of the podcast.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah, he says if you're having trouble sleeping, put on hour 3 of the podcast.
I'll try it tonight.
Worth a shot. Yeah. Let's go to Alec. Alec, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Alec.
Hey, guys. I remember last week we were doing top sports movies.
Yep.
I was wondering no one mentioned Raging Bull, the Robert De Niro, Jake LaMotta biopic.
It's a great
Somebody
film.
had it on their list. It's a little serious for me, but yeah,
It
it's
is
good.
serious.
He's really good in
and
it.
it's less about boxing and more about all the stuff around. Is that the one where he's married to Kathy Moriarty and stuff like that? I think he was, yeah.
And the performance is great.
I mean,
it's a great movie.
De Niro's
It's
unbelievable.
It's not my favorite.
That's
but
one
there
De
you go.
Niro gained a ton of weight for, too. Gained a
Was
ton
it
of weight
that one
and then
or
lost
The
it.
Untouchables? I think he gained a ton of weight to
Maybe
play
he
Al
did-
Capone.
Maybe he got fat and did 2 movies.
Yeah.
Let's go to David. David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, David.
Hey, guys. So recently the Dodgers cut longtime veterans Chris Taylor and Austin Barnes. Who do you think is the next Dodger veteran to be cut from the Dodgers, whether this season or in the future?
Okay.
Well, it's not Kershaw. They're going to let him go
And
out
it's-
on his own.
And it's not going to be this year. I don't see anybody getting cut past Austin Barnes and
the
Chris
one
Taylor.
person who would have been a candidate for this is Max Muncy,
I
but
agree.
he got hot.
Now
he's hitting again.
He's raking now. So, and still not the greatest third baseman, but I would imagine if you look down the line and look at the ages of everybody, that probably is the guy who would be the next to go. I don't know
him or Kike.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be next year after, but Max has been just a great Dodger. Hit his 201st home run over the weekend. Let's go to Curtis. Curtis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Curtis.
Listen, I do play mythical money with you guys.
Good.
But I just keep the score at my house.
Good. Okay.
Number 2. Brian, you're going to keep your hair because I think the Chargers is going to do pretty good.
Brian, you mean?
Number 3.
Brian, yeah.
Number 3, I have a very bad feeling about Luka.
What is it?
I don't think he's going to re-sign with the Lakers. He can make his team better by going back to Dallas.
Yeah, that's not happening.
After
they crapped on him, I want to go back and play for Nico.
If Luka goes to another team besides the Lakers, I would be surprised, but I would be stunned if he went back to Dallas.
Yeah, I would
Stunned.
say the chances are 0.
As long as Nico's there. If Nico's there, there's no way he's going back.
Exactly. Let's go to Manuel. Manuel, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Manuel.
The Dodgers are broken, Maze. The only thing Mark Pryor has taught the pitchers is how to be on the DL like him. The Dodgers are broken. Shout out Bill Plaschke. They got to fix something, man.
Yeah, they're broken. You're right. They've really had. They're obviously they're almost out of the race the way it's going right now.
They just took 2 of 3
two
from
out of
the
3
Yankees.
from the Yankees.
If they win 3 games in a row against the Mets, are you going to say they're broken?
Wow. Yeah, they're broken.
And
They're
by
broken.
The way, Mookie's not playing.
Yeah, he's broken a little bit. Although I heard he's probably going to come back during the Mets series. That it's not all that serious, but he's missed the entire Yankee series. Let's go to Tom. Tom, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Tom.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Just wanted to give you a thanks. I recently retired from a 31-year career as a liquor salesman, and being out in the car for 31 years, you guys took me through the rides, and I really appreciate that.
What liquor are you hauling around?
Well, no more, but I work for a company called Young's Market Company, and it's now was bought out right before COVID by a company called RNDC, and it sounds like they're leaving the state of California.
Oh, wow.
Come September. So,
well, listen, we appreciate all the time in the truck and all that stuff, being with us all the time, and I hope you'll still listen even if you're not driving.
Will do. You guys make it easy. It's one thing that's great about you guys. You don't make it about yourself. You don't try to be the story. You just have fun out there, and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah. Now about me. Let me tell you about me. Let's go to Adam. Adam, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Adam.
Hey, guys. To go on to what the other guy was talking about with this best top 5 sports movie.
Yes.
I think when you guys were talking about it a couple weeks ago, I guess Mace was out anyway, but one of my top, no joke, is League of Their Own, and also I wanted to see what Mace's top 5 was if he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, that's good, man. So I was in League of Their Own, obviously. Angry Fan number 3. A lot of people hailed that performance as the arrival of one of the new greats in the acting business.
Yeah, they were talking about Madonna, but don't let that get in the way.
It didn't. My career did not extend past A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own wouldn't be in the 5. I mean, I think Field of Dreams and Bull Durham are both there. I think Remember the Titans might be number 1 overall.
Ahead of Rocky.
Rocky's definitely in the top 5, and I would say Friday Night Lights is the other one that's very underrated and was a great movie. One of the things I love, and this is kind of a spoiler alert for you people, blah, blah, blah. The thing I like about Rocky is that he didn't win. And it's bittersweet. The thing I like about Friday Night Lights, they didn't win. It's bittersweet. It's emotional and it's moving in that way. So the ones where people lose are the ones I like. I like the losers. Let's go to Guy. Guy, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Guy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are doing great, man.
2 things. First of all, I've been listening to you guys since way back at the Jeannie Zelasco slutty red dress thing that you guys
thank you.
About. You have been with us for a while.
Yeah. And now number 2, talking about things with when you were a kid. I was about 8 years old, and there was a story going around that California was going to sink into the ocean. So I got my plastic boat and got in the swimming pool and just sat there waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, obviously.
Wow, I'm glad you survived this.
But you were prepared.
Now,
had
the other
thing, ground opened up, you would have been in a boat. So that's good.
Yeah, I would have been fine. But you know what? Now, a month ago, that same story's going around that California's going to sink into the ocean.
I did not realize
I don't believe it.
Yeah, get in your boat.
All right, well, you guys have a great one.
All right, thank you very much.
See ya.
I mean, have there been recent reports that California is sinking? I've not heard anything.
It's the whole big earthquake, the big one, right? That's it resurfaces.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm just
remember
hoping
that
we hold
movie
off on that.
10.5 or whatever it was?
Yeah, if we have a 10.5, the whole planet's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, 10.5 is. By the way, you know what? It's like 5.0, from 5.0 to 5.1, you multiply the effect by like 100. Like as it goes up, it gets worse and worse and worse. A 10.5 would be the end of everything. I don't think that's coming. I think just let off a little steam, a little quake here, a little quake there. Let's go to Oscar. Oscar, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Oscar.
Hey, fellas, happy Monday. Shout out to the NBA. I want to throw this out there to the inside the NBA, man. Past 30 years, I've been a diehard NBA fan, and that's the show. That's the NBA show right there. My personal opinion now, looking back, I wish that they probably just ended right there, because I don't think it's going to be the same at ESPN. It's like watching Jordan go play for the Wizards and stuff. I don't think it's going to – I don't know, maybe hopefully I'm wrong, but, it was good to hear Eric Johnson do that sign-off. Glad I caught it in live TV, and shout out to the NBA. Looking forward to the NBA Finals.
All right, thank you.
It's going to be a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope it's not the case. I hope ESPN doesn't juggle things or play with it, or it doesn't sound like those guys will stand for it anyway.
Right.
Let's go to Harold. Harold, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Harold.
Hey, this is Harold with Bruin Report, guys.
All right, let her rip.
I want to talk a little Bruins. Look, I want to congratulate the UCLA women's softball team for having a great season. They got eliminated yesterday in 9-inning game against Tennessee. And also the Bruin baseball team starts the Super Regional this week. I believe it's at Jackie Robinson Stadium. I don't know why you guys don't talk about the best player in college baseball in shortstop, Rosh Shalosky. Have you heard of him, John?
No.
Yeah, Rosh Shalosky? No, I can't even say his name. Say it again.
R-O-C-H Shalosky. C-H-O-L-O.
Rod Shalosky.
Rod Shalosky.
Look it up.
Okay, we're gonna look. Okay, we're gonna look it up.
Harold.
Harold is very pushy.
Yeah, the college baseball show doesn't start until like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
so tune in then.
But we are carrying it. Yes, it's on the app. Let's go. Let's go to Josh. Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys. So, with the exception of the Dodgers-Yankees this weekend, it was a pretty slow weekend, but. I have a cousin who has a daughter who competed in this weekend's state track championship.
Oh, nice!
She actually got booted from the long jump because of a transgendered woman or person.
How did she get booted?
She didn't place. She placed fourth.
Oh, okay, got it.
Because that person took place. So I'm just curious. I know it's a touchy topic. It's not politics, but where do you guys stand on this in terms of other athletes of a different sex competing in another sport of a predominantly sex. I mean,
this is a sticky wicket for Mason because
I got a lot of thoughts on this that I can't say.
but you have a scholarship, you support a lot of trans athletes and stuff like that. I'll make this clear. To me, I think you can be supportive of people that are going through. It's a long story that we don't have time to tell, but Mason and I years ago had a writer in here from the LA Times who had switched genders, and we had a real good experience with her, and then a year later committed suicide.
Right.
And we were left wondering what we could have done. So you got to be supportive of trans people. But having said that, I think a rule that says compete as the sex you were born at makes complete, total sense, and I hope that's where it ends up. And I know you're limited in what you can say. So the thing that's interesting about it is if you put that rule in, you got to compete as the sex you were born at.
Correct,
I think it solves the problem overnight. But what I'm surprised at is this doesn't happen a ton. Okay.
No, I
but
heard...
if you listen or follow it in the media, you would assume that it's happening to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I think it's more like tens of people.
Well,
it's a problem.
I read there are 10 cases of this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super, super limited.
Right. But I do have sympathy for those girls who didn't place.
God, yes.
And I think that you end this overnight by just creating a rule nationally. You have to compete as the sex you were born at, and that's it. So that's how I look at it. Coming up, though, I want to get into something. The strangest sports feuds are many. Like you'll see people fusing.
Oh, yeah.
There's one brewing in the NBA Finals that is really weird, and we'll share it with you coming up next.
All right, Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti, sponsored by BetterHelp. If you are struggling in any way with your emotional, your mental health is health. You can reach out to BetterHelp. Go to BetterHelp.com. That's BETTER help, HELP.com. Again, mental health is health. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, you got to protect your data. If you've ever been hacked, it's the worst. I've been hacked. I'm speaking from experience. That's why you need Thrive, the leading managed security service provider in the United States. The truth is, 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. In an instant, your customer files, bank accounts, everything gone. And you won't know about it till $1 million ransom demand hits your email. That's why you need Thrive. It all starts with a cyber risk assessment. Thrive security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and safe. Trust me on this. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Get your no-obligation security recommendations by going to this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Don't wait until it's too late. Again, 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their company data to thieves this year. That's why you got to go to that website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Protect your business with Thrive.
Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, weekday afternoons at 1 p.m.
Double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats, so lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com. Saying this. Do you know ball? I mean, do you really know ball? Are you a ball knower? Well, there's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means Time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players from baseball to hockey to esports, and don't forget my favorite darts and much, much more. Prize Picks invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. As I like to say and remind you, be proud. Be proud, sucker, to say you're a P1 of Mason and Ireland. One day it might just get you cash. Probably not. But hey, it's worth a good tease, isn't it?
Recruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Mason and Ireland, your Monday continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
What a Monday. I'm getting all kinds of crap on social media about a non-position that I didn't take.
Yeah, I don't know how you could have been more neutral.
A complete non-position.
Okay, so let's talk about this weird dynamic going on in Indiana.
Yes.
One of the most famous native Indianans is John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yes.
Now, his real name is John Mellencamp. When he got into the music business, and he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, great songs, great music.
Oh, my God. Jack and Diane's brilliant.
He went to a record company in New York, gave him the demo, and they said, "What's your name?" And he said, "John Mellencamp." They said, "Well, now you're Johnny Cougar."
Johnny Cougar.
Because we think we can market that name.
Yep.
And he said, "Whatever gets my record into music stores, I'm down with." So not completely unlike what you went through in the beginning. When they said you wanted to use your real name, they said, "That's not going to work."
No.
Say Steve Mason.
Mashonsky in the morning doesn't sound good.
Okay, so Mellencamp then becomes this huge musical success, and after he's established, he says, I'm no longer Johnny Cougar. I'm going to be John Mellencamp. He released a couple albums as John Cougar Mellencamp. I think he still does. So last week, he goes to one of the Pacers Eastern Conference Finals games.
Right.
And he runs into, they play a video of Pat McAfee. Now, McAfee is from Indiana, lives in Indiana, does his show from Indiana, and has a huge following, particularly with young men. I don't think John Mellencamp necessarily knew that. And John Mellencamp puts out on all his social media feeds that he was embarrassed by Pat McAfee making fun of all of the New York people,
like the celebs
that came into Indiana.
Yeah.
And McAfee was saying, Timothy Chalamet, go home. Ben Stiller, go home. He was just trying to
goof on people.
So
play up the rivalry.
Right. What Mellencamp did was he tweeted out, "Hey, this wasn't very it wasn't nice. It wasn't typical Indiana Midwestern behavior. I don't like." And McAfee, as you might predict, didn't take it lying down. Here was McAfee, as soon as Cougar called him out for being not hospitable to the Knick fans.
And you could have taken the angle and be like, hey, there's some people attacking Pat for what he did. I'm actually on Pat's side because we represent this state of Indiana. We're lucky and thankful to represent this state of Indiana. We don't have a lot of people pulling for us in the state of Indiana. But you know what? I see another young buck that's doing it, and I appreciate him doing it. You could have easily done that, John. But instead, you're trying to think you were going to bury me? I don't think so, John. Hey, Coog, suck it, buddy. And hope I get a chance to see you real soon. I think we're probably going to be at the same place pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want any of your okay? I don't like you. I know your name, and I don't like you.
So the reference to I know your name was
Yes.
when Cougar tweeted, he wrote, I'm not sure who this was.
Right.
You know, pretending, and McAfee just threw him in the Who wins this?
I think it's a tie. Don't you?
I
can't imagine.
I think McAfee is going to destroy him.
Well, when you say destroy, what is he doing actually?
Because-
he's not taking away his Hall of Fame. He's not taking away his records. He's not taking away his hits. He's not taking away his Indiana legacy. They both lived there.
Right.
I mean, McAfee took a shot. Cougar took a shot. McAfee took a shot. I would think that's it.
Because Cougar's position is very similar to mine, by the way. I think you should treat visiting fans with the utmost respect because one of the coolest things you can do is go to another arena.
But you can totally goof on famous people.
Right. That's number one. And number two, it's now the NBA Finals. If you're a Pacer fan and you're in that building, McAfee wants them to hate he wanted them to hate the Knicks. Now he's going to want them to hate the Thunder.
Right.
And he is going to make fun of the Thunder and poke fun at the Thunder and keep going. And if John Cougar is like, no, let's all be nice.
Right.
It's not going to fly. McAfee's fans are more vocal. They're younger, they're louder, and there are more of them.
Now, do you think John Mellencamp will ever speak of this again? I don't think so.
I don't even think he'll set foot in the arena.
I don't even know if he's a sports fan.
He was there last week.
Oh, was he?
That's when he saw the McAfee video.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because I don't think he's going to want to deal with McAfee's fans. And McAfee's fans are loud, they're
Rabid,
passionate, they're boisterous.
Yeah.
And I think he picked a fight with the wrong guy. And I think McAfee is, now, to your point, I think it's over unless Cougar Mellencamp fires another volley back.
Oh, let's hope so. Let's hope he does. Come on, Mellencamp.
But I think now he's going to realize people are going to get to him on social media and just attack him because he tried to pick a fight with McAfee, who in a lot of ways is the patron saint of the young, angry Indiana man.
Yeah,
and I think that guy is going to make the most noise.
Patron saint of young Indiana men.
Of young, angry Indiana men. Brian, who do you think wins this feud?
I'm in your camp. I think McAfee does here, just in the terms of the social media backing, and people I feel like my age grade don't really know too much John Mellencamp. So it's I knew who he was, but I don't really know his stuff. So
I was trying to see
Laura, who wins the feud?
Unfortunately, the McAfees of the world.
Why unfortunately?
There are certain type of bros in there,
Oh, bros.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if Mellencamp has said anything about this on Twitter.
He's
got one post. Yeah, he's got the "Be entertaining, Hoosier hospitality" thing up.
And my guess is nothing since, right?
No, nothing since. He doesn't post very often.
I think he realized he picked. This reminds me of the time when somebody was hosting the Oscars and they cracked a joke about an established Hollywood actor. And Sean Penn was presenting and got up and lit up the host.
Right.
And Sean Penn came off as a guy who has no sense of humor and doesn't get it. I think that's what Cougar Mellencamp will look like if he continues to try and fight McAfee.
Yeah.
That you don't get Pat, his show, or what he represents.
I was trying to see
Pat McAfee is, you're with us or against. We are Indiana, and you're with us or you're against us. And he doesn't want to say anything nice about the opponent or their fans or anybody. And what Pat, I think, thought he was doing was just poking fun at Ben Stiller and Timothy Chalamet, and he thought it was a joke, and Cougar took it seriously. And there's nothing there's nothing as uncool as somebody who has no sense of humor.
Right.
And John Cougar Mellencamp is being painted now as somebody who doesn't have a sense of humor.
I will say this. I did an hour with John Mellencamp when I was on in New York. Couldn't have been a better guy.
Right.
One of the things that came out of it is he announced that rock and roll is dead.
Okay.
Which I think it did die right around 99, 2000, do you think? There's really not rock and roll in the traditional sense. Here's the thing. If you're going to get into a fight, a verbal sparring match, a social media war, don't do it with somebody who's got a show every day to respond to you. He's got a couple hours every single day to go at Mellencamp.
Right.
Mellencamp can release a song. I guess Pat sucks or whatever, but it's not going to go anywhere.
And
McAfee's got a show.
And by the way, I don't know how old John Cougar Mellencamp is, but he's fighting a losing battle because my guess is he's in his 60s and McAfee's in his 30s.
Although this is the first time we've talked about John Mellencamp in a very long time.
So you think he was crazy like a fox?
Yep, he's selling copies of Cherry Bomb or whatever his big his biggest song was probably Jack and Diane, right?
Yeah,
Pink Houses was really big.
Right.
But I think it's Jack and Diane. But no, he can't. He can't win this against Pat.
That's what I
with
think
2
so.
hours every day. All right, coming up next for you. Would you take less money to play on a better team? That is the question. We will do
By
it
the way,
coming
John
up next.
Mellencamp is 73.
Yeah.
McAfee 38.
McAfee 38.
Yep.
There you go. Hey, by the way, all week long we are giving away tickets to be in Jacob Emrani's suite for at BMO Stadium on Sunday night for LAFC soccer. Be caller number 7 right now. Win a pair of suite passes for Sunday's game. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN for caller number 7. Remember, listen all week long for your chance to win. Thanks to calljacob.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Speaking of Jacob Emrani, if you're injured, let's say it happened over the weekend, and you're like, I got into this accident, I got to talk to the insurance company, got to go to the body shop, all this, forget it. Let Jacob handle your to-do list today. First, rental car company. Second, call from the insurance company. He will talk to him so it won't jeopardize your case. Then get you to a doctor for an appointment, maybe even a specialist if that's what it takes. And at the end of the day, he will get you the compensation that you deserve. Jacob and his team is going to handle everything for you. They'll make sure you got the rental car, all that stuff, and you don't pay a penny out of pocket. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob Emrani. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob Emrani. Call Jacob.
And Jacob, proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. Make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook for prizes, insight, and more. The handle is @call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Have you ever seen anybody on an airplane vaping? No, I don't think I have.
I have, actually.
I have, yeah.
In the
So, like,
bathroom.
yeah. Oh, okay, in the bathroom? Because I was on a plane, and, they obviously tell you can't smoke, you can't vape, blah, blah, blah. So there was this girl.
I love how dismissive you are.
Yeah. So there was this girl sitting in the next row from me, and I could see her taking a vape pen and, putting it in her shirt.
Yeah.
And then hitting it, and then blowing the smoke down her sweatshirt. But you could see some of the vape
coming out of her shirt.
Right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to turn her into the flight attendants because all I was thinking was how come she's doing that and I can't do it? Right? Can I get? Excuse me. Can I get a hit of that, please?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap
On 710 ESPN.
Get tickets now
Look, I got a dog.
to the movie event of the summer.
You sure that's it, though? Yeah.
Rough. This Memorial Day, the summer starts with Stitch.
Adorable little psychopath.
Disney's Lilo and Stitch, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. Brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, 13 years in a row in California once again.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
But time has stood still since we've been apart.
This song, John, by Ray Charles, came out on some year, this date in some year, many years ago. What year was it, Brian?
1962.
62?
Yep.
My mom was born in 1962.
The great Ray Charles. All right, John.
Yes.
I have developed a malady.
For?
I think I have tennis elbow.
Okay.
Now, I don't play tennis.
But it's from lifting, probably.
It's from lifting, and Lisa, who plays tennis, your wife, might know what to do about tennis elbow, right? What does she...
I don't know. Laura, you got her number?
Yeah. Has she ever had it?
I don't.
Here, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Has she ever had it?
I would assume.
Yeah,
but she's had like every ailment known to athletes.
It's like right there. Does that look like tennis elbow to you? Like right in the elbow? Guys, right in the elbow? Yeah. Right there.
I'm looking at the picture.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like right there, right?
Yeah, right there, exactly. You know what is? I noticed today I never put YouTube up.
Okay.
Today it's up. You know, what do you think my takeaway is from, and by the way, it's like on tape delay and all that stuff.
How great you look.
What do you think my big surprise is? Not how great I look.
You do look great in it.
Brian, big surprise.
I'm looking at what you're wearing. Is it have something to do with your appearance?
No.
Oh.
I'm a huge hand talker.
Oh, you just realized that?
Non-stop hands, and the chair is always moving. The mic is off and on. I mean, I'm like scattered in here. So it's actually it's at least interesting, I think, to look at. And by the way, if you're not watching us on YouTube, I expect 1,000 damn people on there right now. Go to YouTube/ESPN LA, and I want to see 1,000 people watching the Mason and Ireland show on YouTube. All right, John, this is the question. Do you take less money to play for a really good team? So I've got a little information. And by the way, I do not expect anybody, it's not a requirement of anybody to take less money than they're worth. The Lakers are obviously going to strengthen their roster, particularly by acquiring a starting center. However, their salary cap situation limits their ability to make significant moves. If LeBron James were to take a pay cut, it could allow the Lakers to use the non-taxpayer mid-level exception to sign a quality center. Right now, they're capped out, and they don't have that non-taxpayer mid-level exception to offer, which gives them kind of a limited way to attack this center issue without making a trade.
Okay, I've got several thoughts on this.
Okay, good.
Here's the first one.
Yep.
Whose fault is it that the Lakers don't have their mid-level exception?
Well, front office.
Correct.
Yeah.
So why should LeBron be the one being penalized because they screwed it up?
Again, I want to say he's not required. He's not expected.
Okay, that's my first point.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
This is totally if he wants to do it for some reason. And I'm not forcing him or suggesting that he should or must.
All right, that's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing, LeBron took less money. LeBron, believe it or not, has been the highest paid player in the NBA. I think he's played 22 seasons. I think 2 of the 22 years.
Right.
Where theoretically he could have been the highest paid. Like the highest paid player in the NBA right now should be Wemby.
Yeah, right.
Because he has the most potential to lead your team to the next 10 titles.
Sure.
But he's not. Just because of the way the league
gotta
works.
ramp,
well,
your
he's
salary goes up.
restricted by the LeBron has been restricted by the CBA. Then LeBron did what you're asking him to do now. He went to Miami and took less money.
And won titles.
Won 2 titles to play. Then he went to Cleveland, won another title.
Yep.
Still wasn't the highest paid player in the NBA. I went through this with Kobe. Everybody said Kobe's last contract after he had torn his Achilles, he should have taken less money. So he agreed to take $6 million less.
Yeah, I think he got $24 million.
He could have made 30.
Yeah.
He agreed to take 24 so Lakers could use the money to spend on other people. And Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss went out and signed Timofey Mozgov and Luol Deng.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. There is no guarantee.
None.
That if LeBron takes less money, that the team will do something to help.
Right.
All right.
Although you got faith in the front office. I assume you got faith in the front
Rob
office.
Rob knows this because Rob was Kobe's agent.
Yes.
When Kobe agreed to take less money and then watch the Lakers throw it away.
Right.
So, the thing I like about Rob is he says, the stars on our team I don't look at as players. I look at them as partners.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a possibility this could happen, that Rob could sit down with Rich Paul and LeBron and say, all right, if you take X amount less, here's what we're doing with it.
Right.
Okay? If that's the way it goes down,
sure,
I could see LeBron considering it. But it's his decision.
100%.
He has earned his position in the game.
Yep.
Through hard work and 4 titles and everything that he's done as a player. Arguably the greatest player ever.
But if I'm LeBron, what is my end game? What am I trying to do right now?
Trying to win 1 or 2 more titles before you get out the door.
Correct. And the best way to do that potentially is by taking less and making room.
Let's role play.
Okay.
I'll be LeBron. You be the Lakers.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey LeBron, thanks for all you've done.
You're welcome.
So we're looking at the board. I can see the whole board. I'm Rob Pelinka, so I see all the moves before they actually happen. And we believe that if you were to take less money and get us under the second apron, we could sign Miles Turner.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'll do it, but if you don't get Miles Turner, I want my money back.
Bam.
I could see that happening. Now, logistically, I don't know if you can pull that off.
Well, when's LeBron's...
Right. Like, can you negotiate...
Isn't it August?
Can you negotiate with LeBron in that way before you would make an offer to Miles Turner?
Probably July 1st, right? That's the start of the NBA. You would think that conversation would be able to happen, and then I don't think he has to sign until the fall, or until August.
Right. So, but what I would do if I was LeBron would be worry about the Kobe scenario. That I'm going to take less money so you can build a better team around me, and then you're going to throw it away on Timofey Mozgov.
Right. But when your net worth is $1.2 billion.
Doesn't matter.
$1.2 billion. And I got a chance to get a 5th ring.
Who has more money, the Buss family or LeBron?
Well, the Buss family probably doesn't have more money, but they have more value.
Right.
Yeah.
If they sold the Lakers tomorrow, they get $10 billion.
Correct. Yes.
So I'm confident that Rob will work with LeBron and Rich, and if that deal is out there to be made, they'll have that conversation. But I'm with you. I never will ever tell a player to take less money and trust the team to do the right thing, because a lot of times the teams don't do the right thing. And they throw the money away, or they just Donald Sterling would have just kept it.
Sure.
And spent it on another hotel.
I guess then the summary is the chances are not zero.
Not in my opinion, but I also don't think players...
By the way, they can't afford Miles Turner on the mid-level taxpayer.
Right, yeah, he would command more money than that.
He's going to get more money than that. I just threw it out as a hypothetical.
I think LeBron has indicated in his career in the past that he is willing. He did it when he went to Miami.
Yep.
In order to get Wade, Bosh, and LeBron all on the same roster, they all had to take a small cut.
Yep.
And they all did it so they could play together. So we know LeBron isn't adverse to doing this.
Yeah.
But you got to tell me what you're doing with the money. I don't want you to Mozgov me.
Right,
All right.
right.
That was a decision that.
Dang it! Don't Mozgov me.
Yeah. That team didn't even. Did that team even make the playoffs?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Remember, yeah.
I don't think that the Mozgov Deng teams ever even made the postseason.
But I agree with you. If there is something that Pelinka sees out there and potentially could do if LeBron took less, I would imagine, again, as a partner, he would float that by LeBron and say, what do you think?
Because Rob was an agent, he can play this game from both sides. He knows what to do. He's super smart.
Yeah.
And he knows what to do. If there is an avenue to do that, I think that conversation will be had. But I think if Rob was sitting here with us, he would even say, because, again, he was an agent, I don't think a player who has earned his spot in the game should take less money because we demand it. I think it's up to the player. And if I can convince him that this is where the money would go and it would help us win,
Sure.
I think he would consider it.
Right.
And I think because Rob has been respectful of that with all these guys, because he has treated them as partners,
Yep.
I think that they will listen to him. But if I'm LeBron, I don't do it unless you lay out your plan, exactly what you're going to
Sure.
do with the money.
I wanna know.
And I agree with the plan.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
All right, coming up next for you, What's Up, Fool? Hey, you want to be part of the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament? Well, you can win a spot right now. Oh, no, you can't win a spot right now, or can you, Laura? I'm just reading what it says here. You can win a spot now for you and your friends once you hear the cue to call. Is that what I'm doing here?
Yes, but you are not doing the cue to call. They do the cue to call.
Well, then why hand me this?
Because that's what they gave me.
Okay, the tournament's next Friday, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens. You got a chance to win coming up on this Shinano and Cap show. Super smooth. We know how to slide around here, right?
I'll take my L.
All right. What's Up, Fools next? Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
Do people still have voicemail memos anymore? Like that? You've reached DeMarco Farr's phone.
I do.
No one does fun ones anymore.
No.
No one does the the faking out ones or whatever.
Oh, you used to give it some thought.
Hours on my
Remember when you have to record a song in the background?
Yes.
Yeah, you reach my voicemail and then it's Michael Jackson or whoever was playing in the background.
Me and my brothers got in the biggest fight in the world because we couldn't sync up the song with what we were doing. And we messed it up like 5, 6. We just started fighting over it.
I remember when we were in college, my roommate Antonio and I, the answering machine tape would be like we were answering like, hello. And then there'd be loud music in the back and like, hey,
be quiet, I can't hear what they're saying.
And like,
hello?
It's like, no.
Man, will you turn it down? Like,
it's so stupid.
I hate those.
Because it gets somebody the first time, every time.
Yes.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. As I like to say and remind you, be proud. Be proud, sucker, to say you're a P1 of Mason and Ireland. One day it might just get you cash. Probably not. But hey, it's worth a good tease, isn't it?
Recruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Mason and Ireland, your Monday continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, so
By the way, Bryan Cranston, unbelievable in the final 2 episodes of the studio.
I
this
know.
year.
Unbelievable in most things.
Yeah, but this will blow you away. It's like nothing he's ever done. I think.
you know why I haven't seen them, Mace? Because then the show is completely over.
Oh, there's always more
You know what I
shows,
mean?
man. There's always more shows.
And talking about shows,
Mm-hmm.
so it was announced that the season 5 of Stranger Things is dropping later this year.
Am I the only one of the 4 of us who has never seen 1 minute of Stranger Things?
I watched season 1.
Okay,
Brian,
well,
did
there
you watch
goes
it?
my
I've
my
seen them
question.
all.
You've seen Brian's seen them all.
You've seen it. Laura, have you seen them all?
No. So this
Okay.
is my whole thing. So the first part of season 5, which will have 4 episodes, will be released November 26th.
Oh, God.
Then in a second part containing 3 episodes
Stop
will
it.
be available Christmas Day.
Yeah, too
and then
much.
the final episode will be released on New Year's Eve, December 31st.
Yeah, just give me the show all in.
Brian,
a
what's
row.
the elevator pitch for Stranger
It's why?
Things?
Just why?
It's a good question, honestly. It's like
The upside down.
right,
the
kids
bad
going
guy.
with a
Aliens, right?
aliens.
Winona Ryder screams a lot.
Different dimension. They're kind of like it's a different
So
dimension.
it's a
they keep
sci-fi
going.
show.
Yes.
It
Oh
is.
yeah, it's
Okay,
definitely sci-fi.
Sci-fi,
Definitely
aliens.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
The show was released in 2016, so almost a decade later, they're like finalizing this thing. I watched season 1 and I don't even recall it. Season 2 started, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell is really watching
People
Stranger
love
Things still?
this. You know what loves the show is Bergman. Bergman loves Stranger Things.
I
Well,
mean,
the
he
other thing
likes
is my
strange, weird
niece,
things.
who's 27, her and all her friends swear by it.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
And-
it's really popular.
And so little inside baseball here. What advertisers want is they want people ages 18 to 34 because advertisers believe, that's when you develop your loyalty to products. So,
Yes.
for example, the deodorant you use is probably deodorant you've been using for years. What
True.
you drink,
What
you
deodorant
probably
do you use?
Dry Idea.
Try idea. Have you ever changed your deodorant, Brian?
I've been using Old Spice for like 10
Yeah,
years.
I've been using Speed Stick forever.
Secret.
Right.
Secret.
Clear
Okay, so
Gel.
there you go.
We're all
and
locked
we're all
in.
like locked into our
I
position.
wouldn't change it no matter what.
Right. And so that's when you develop your buying habits and Stranger Things delivers that audience. It's going back to the argument we were having about Mellencamp versus McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee is in higher demand than Mellencamp because he delivers a younger audience.
Right. Although, let me ask you, if it's streaming, what does it matter who's watching? There's no ads. There's no advertising. It's on Netflix?
On Netflix, yeah.
On Netflix, there's like no... you're getting
Netflix
eyeballs, I
has
guess.
ads right
But
now.
so the way I would say that is then the winner in all that is Netflix.
Yeah, right, because they're
Okay.
grabbing the eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, this was one of my favorite on this days because it still brings me a little heartbreak.
Okay.
Armando Galarraga could have been the perfect game.
We were just talking about this the other day.
Who was that umpire?
So that was
Jim
part of my
Joyce.
Jim Joyce.
Yeah, that
yes.
dumb.
After the game, even Jim Joyce, and there was this whole apology video. You know, he messed it up.
He started
Make the wrong
crying.
call.
Jim
Right.
Joyce started
And
crying.
Galarraga's like very he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. He's trying to do the right thing.
It's a sticky situation. I know there's been a bunch of people that have been called for, since he came out and said it should have been the wrong call. Let's just, the day of replay, let's just give this guy his perfect game.
Okay, so I don't think they didn't have replay when this went on,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Had they had it, he would have the 26th perfect game?
At the time, it would have been the 21st.
21st perfect game.
What year was that, Brian?
2010, so 15 years ago.
God,
Exactly.
if you would ask me how long ago that happened, I would have said 5 years ago.
So yeah, I know that is pre. So what's
So
your
my question
suggestion?
here is, one of my friends sent me this today. He's like, can you still believe this? Is this the worst call that you can, think of in a game from a ref, from an umpire, or is there one that tops this? Because to me, this might be the worst. When you think about the, significance of what could have happened, could be the worst call of all time.
There's an umpire named Don Deckinger, so you can look this up, that missed a play at first base in the World Series between the Royals and the Cardinals in the 80s, and it cost, I can't remember which team, but it cost a team a game. And in essence, it cost them the World Series. So that comes to mind. There's also a famous play, obviously before replay, where the Houston Oilers, they were consistently trying to knock out the Steelers when the Steelers won their 4 Super Bowls in the 70s. And the Oilers caught a pass in the corner of the end zone, and the receiver got both feet down, and it would have won the game for the Oilers, and the refs waved it off.
Yeah.
So because that was a regular season game, I think it's the worst regular season call ever. But the posting goes, if to be dead honest, if you're a New Orleans Saints fan, Nickel Roby-Coleman,
It's on my list. It's
taking the head
for
off.
For me, it's the right call. I didn't really see the foul there. Did anybody see the foul?
What is wrong with you?
No, I mean, as a Rams fan, I didn't see it.
Idiot.
Yeah. By the way, I can't believe you didn't bring up the Tuck rule, being a former Raiders fan.
Except with the Tuck rule, they actually called it by the letter of the rule.
You've never said that before. You've always said wrong call.
What I would say, though, is that what do I always say about officials? Officials manage the game. This came up over the weekend, okay? Did you guys hear about the UCLA women's softball game?
No, we got a call about it a little while ago, but no.
So, in the UCLA women's softball game over the weekend, they're playing Tennessee. Girl for UCLA hits with 2 outs in the 7th inning, which is the last inning in women's softball. Hits a home run to tie the game and send it to extra innings. She's going around the bases. Her teammates are waiting for her to celebrate at home plate. She misses home plate. Doesn't touch it. They spend 5 minutes reviewing it. The umpire comes back out. I'm not kidding. And goes, she missed home plate. And she was assisted. In other words, one of her teammates picked her up and lifted her over the plate, which is also illegal. But by rule, it's ineligible for replay, so the home run counts. Well, then why do we have replay?
So they have replay in women's softball.
Yeah.
The umpire looked at the play and said, yes, in fact, she did not touch home
and she
plate.
was assisted. And then said, so the home run counts. Now, here's where I'm really going to throw you for a loop.
Yeah.
I think they made the right call. I think I would have counted the home run. It's a technicality. Really,
it is.
We're gonna throw her out on a technicality.
Yeah, I mean it's a really tough one. It seems ridiculous, but I mean it is. You do have to touch all 4 bases.
Could you retroactively give Galarraga a perfect game, or that just
no?
You can't do it.
It's in
right?
the moment, right? It's in the moment, or it's not in the moment. But yeah, I mean replay is so imperfect. But again, I didn't see that New Orleans Rams call that everybody seems to like.
Laid him out on a Waffle House frying pan.
I didn't see it.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, we've been talking about the NBA Finals and if people will watch or not. But I did see something over the weekend on the socials that says for the first time since 2007, the NBA Finals will feature 2 teams who didn't play on Christmas Day, which I think it's kind of crazy. And I wanted to get your thoughts. There's a lot of talks about the new face of the NBA, the new era. Who do you think out of the 2-player SGA or Tyrese Halliburton, who will be the player who sets the tone for the new era of NBA, new face of the NBA?
Well, to your first point, I guarantee you they will both be on Christmas Day next year.
But that's how underestimated they were.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother to put them on Christmas Day, and they're both in the finals.
Laura, I will answer your question this way. We live in a front-runner society. Whoever wins. If Tyrese Halliburton pulls off this upset and leads the Pacers to a win over a loaded Oklahoma City team that's heavily favored, he becomes the next star of the league.
Yeah.
The underrated one.
If Shea does it, Shea already won the MVP. He just runs to the front of the line. Then he's in every conversation about who the best player in the league is.
Right.
But neither one of them have a title yet. And you can't be the best player in your league if you don't have a title.
Therefore, Shea is going to set the tone.
Okay, you think so? I said
I think
underrated.
Oklahoma City is going to win the series.
I said underrated when he talked about Tyrese, but a few months ago, or was it a month ago, they voted him overrated.
Yeah,
right?
players.
Crazy.
Segment of players,
Yeah,
about
that's
100
just,
players.
That's just
Haters.
people being jealous.
Voted him most overrated is what they voted.
He's a great player.
Haters, haters.
Great player.
Why do you think he did get that vote?
Is
he kind of a jerk?
No, he's cocky, confident, does the choke sign if he's
Right,
beating you.
right.
And people tend to stay away from that.
Yeah, okay.
Like people hated Dion, but he
Sure.
was, Dion was really, really good.
Sure he was.
I also think a little bit of that is kind of similar to the Rodgers aspect of Rodgers going on McAfee every week. Halliburton kind of has that similar relationship and will go on their show almost weekly, it seems like.
Halliburton's dad rubs some people the wrong way.
Well, sure. Giannis, obviously, when he goes forehead to forehead with him.
Right. But I think whoever wins is going to be the next. Is going to be the next person you see in a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
So speaking of commercials, Madden announced their cover athlete and their cover photo today. For Madden 26, Saquon Barkley in the pose is him hitting the backwards hurdle over a defender, and they released a behind-the-scenes video of Saquon in a studio doing multiple backwards hurdles. It's crazy. This guy's a freak. Did they get this right? Is Saquon now the cover athlete face of Madden, face of football?
Well, who would you put over him?
I mean, usually there's always they lean towards quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I mean, every time the Rams played Philly this year, I saw Saquon Barkley go for 40 and 50 and 60 yards. I mean, all the way to the Super Bowl. I think that's the guy.
And he's a bigger star on that team than Jalen. Jalen Hurts is great.
Is kind of low key.
But yeah, Jalen kind of rides under the radar, and I think guys like A.J. Brown and Saquon, who are always talking, tend to get most of the attention.
Yeah. But I think that's a great choice for the cover. All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up Fool. Coming up next for you, one NFL analyst says every young athlete should have one of these. I'll tell you what it is
Instagram
next.
model?
Well, they may already have those. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the Black and Gold are heading to the global stage.
It's over! LAFC have won! They're going to the Club World Cup!
Congratulations to LAFC for punching their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup.
Say hello to Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Club America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the Black and Gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, the celebration at BMO!
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
June gloom? Pfft, my tan and these sunglasses say it's June glam. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Morongo pays you more. Our table games progressive jackpots are over $750,000.
Number 2.
Billy Gardell, live July 12th. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
Flamingo Fridays are back. Live DJs, drink specials, and lazy river pool fun at SoCal's best nighttime pool party.
Morongo, good times.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA All-Star Student, brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I once ran into Cap in Vegas.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Remember that?
Nope.
Yeah, we were there for a one-nighter.
Wait a minute. What, Cap, you really don't remember?
I saw him in like the lobby of the Bellagio.
Social media team, there you go.
I think he was still doing like the late night with Cap show.
Cappy After Dark?
Yes,
Really?
I think so.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Okay, Brian, explain.
1973, #1 hit. Paul McCartney and the Wings. My love.
There you go, Paul McCartney and the Wings.
It's a good radio DJ voice.
This is a great song. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, McCartney is timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is so.
Was he as good?
freaking
He obviously wasn't as good with the Wings as he was with the Beatles. But were the Wings a good band?
Great.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if it was anybody other than a Beatle, the Wings would be looked at as like an all-time band.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I think I've studied a lot of Beatles history, and a lot of people look at the Wings as that's back when he was married to Linda. He put her in the band.
Right.
Even though she couldn't sing.
Yep.
And you know, so many people missed John,
Mm-hmm.
and because they were so used to the Beatles, nobody could believe the Beatles actually broke up.
Yeah, I know.
They were all still alive, and they weren't making music.
Yep.
And then they started to go. You know, and then when Lennon got killed, that was it.
Right. I mean, there's always, you know, they Yoko'd that band, right?
Right. Well, you know, it's funny.
Somebody could Yoko you and me. Who would Yoko you and me?
Well, our respective spouses get along.
They do get along better than we do. I don't know who would Yoko us. Does Yoko have a bad rap?
I don't think she's the reason the Beatles broke up, but they needed to create a reason.
She's the reason they didn't like each other, or she's one of the reasons they didn't like each other. And by the way, this is really common with bands. It's common with radio acts. I mean, at one point, I don't think Mark got along with Brian. At one part, I don't think Bean got along with Kevin. I mean, I think this is
you
like
and I've
common.
been lucky. The one I remember. I was listening to McCartney on Bob Costas's old TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Like Later.
Later. Oh, I love that
and
show.
He did 3 parts with McCartney. McCartney told a story that one night in I don't know, what year did the Beatles break up?
71?
71, right?
Yeah,
in there?
something like that.
So SNL comes on in 75.
Okay.
And John and Paul are both living in New York City, but the Beatles have broken up.
Okay.
And as a bit, Lorne Michaels comes on Weekend Update.
Oh, yeah, I remember
with
this.
a fake, like, you know those big checks you win if you, like, win a golf tournament?
Yep.
And you hold up a giant, Brian Cohen, $1 million, so Lorne goes out there and he writes, he goes, we're a new show, Saturday Night Live, we're in New York City, we need to make a splash. With that in mind, and he lifts up a big fake check. He goes,
yep.
If the Beatles will come on Saturday Night Live and reunite, $1 million for one song. Come on SNL, play one song, $1 million.
And then the amazing part.
Lennon and McCartney were together in Lennon's apartment watching the show.
Yep.
And McCartney goes to Lennon, let's go down there. Let's just go down there and knock on the door. He was living in the Dakota.
Yeah.
Which was on the Upper East Side.
Upper West Side.
Yeah, Upper West Side, thank you. Which was maybe 15 minutes away. And they said, let's just go down there and show up and watch the reaction. And, we'll take a guitar.
Yep.
And we'll, just give me my money. And Lennon said, I don't think we can. I think security, we don't have security. We don't, they're not expecting us.
Yeah.
I don't think we should
you
do it.
Imagine?
It would have been the greatest cameo ever.
Yeah, that would be absolutely legendary if they showed up
and
for
Costas,
a big giant fake
when McCartney
check.
is telling Costas this story, he goes, how come I've never heard this story before? And McCartney said, I don't think we've told it. He goes, I just kind of popped into my head.
Yeah.
Well, but remember when Michael and I were doing Third Chair?
Yes.
Lakers Clippers. We look over, and one section away from us is Paul McCartney. And I go to Jared Diglio, was producing for us that year. And I said, Jared, they may kill you. They may bite your head off, but you got to go ask McCartney if he'll come on with us. He goes, all right, I'm on it. And he walks over to him and he goes, Paul, I am so sorry to bother you. My name is Jared. I work for Lakers Radio. The guys see you're over here having a good time. And McCartney looks at him and he goes, hi, Jared. Nice to meet you. He goes, I would do it, but I'm with my family and I don't want to leave him here. I'm very sorry, but thank you for asking. And that was it.
That is amazing.
And he was super nice about it.
But
and
it's good
so
that
Jared comes back smiling, and I go, "Do you get him?" He goes, "No, but he's super nice."
There you go. So you mentioned the show later. When Bob Costas left, do you know who the 3 potential replacements were for him?
I don't remember that show continuing after
did.
Bob
It was Greg
left.
Kinnear.
No. You're getting these things confused.
What am I confusing?
Kinnear
followed.
No,
Costas on later.
I don't think he followed him on later. I think what was the show that came on after Letterman?
Late Show.
Wasn't that what he
No,
was a
it was.
finalist
It was
for?
still later.
Okay,
it
so
was still
later
later.
continued
and then it
after
became Tom
Costas.
Snyder ultimately.
Okay.
So it came down to Chris Rock, Greg Kinnear, and me.
And Kinnear got it?
Kinnear
I don't remember Kinnear ever hosting later.
Yeah,
Huh.
he did. It wasn't
As
as
someone
good.
who stays up all night,
Yeah.
I normally had a good
Costas was the best at that.
Right.
He was the best. All right. So
Did you ever see the Mary Lou Henry episode?
No.
You don't know where I'm going with this?
No.
So I don't even know if you know this. You know, there are a handful of people on the planet that have a completely photographic memory when it comes to dates.
Okay.
There's only like maybe 500 people that can do this.
Yeah.
Can tell you where they were
I
on
know this.
any day ever. And so Mary Lou Henner is one of them.
Yes.
You could ask her. I mean, Mary Lou's got to be in her 70s now, but you
Sure.
could ask her what she was on June 2nd, 1983. And she'll go, I was doing the show Taxi. We shot that day. I went out to dinner with Danny DeVito. Then I went home with my boyfriend and hung out. And so,
do you think McVay could do that?
Maybe he might be one of them because he can remember any
He
play he's
remembers
ever
every
called.
single play.
So Costas says to him, "You're one of these people." She goes, "Yeah," and he picks. I don't know what the exact date is. The date Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. Okay, and he goes, June 9th, 1969. And she goes, "Who put you up to that?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Someone put that date in your head, right? Told you to ask me that?" And he goes, "Mary Lou, I don't know what you're talking about. You just said to give you a date. That's the date Neil Armstrong walked on the moon."
Yep.
And Mary Lou goes, "That's the night I lost my virginity."
Wow.
And Costas, you talk about somebody with a perfect comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Costas, with his mouth wide open, goes, "Well, at least we know Neil Armstrong wasn't the culprit."
That's right.
And I thought, what a great line.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Wow.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was a great show. So
I hijacked whatever you were going to talk about.
Which was this. Ryan Clark was on the Get Up. This was last week.
Okay.
And he said, every young professional athlete should have one of these.
And I guessed Instagram model.
Correct.
But that wasn't it. Laura, what do you think it is?
Financial advisor.
Brian?
Lawyer.
Prenup. You guys are all in the neighborhood. A prenup. Okay. So that, to me, that makes perfect sense. Like if I was a professional athlete and I was sitting on, I don't know, a $400 million contract, I'd say, listen, lady, I love you and all, but you're
Sign
not taking
here.
half of it when you go. Here you go. Sign here.
What if she said this is a deal breaker? You break up with her?
Bye.
Well,
that happened to the late Dikembe Mutombo.
I don't marry her.
That happened to the late Dikembe Mutombo. He was the invites were out. People are in town for the wedding. The wedding was in like 3 days. He goes, "Oh, by the way, before we get married, I need you to sign a prenup." She goes, "I don't want to do it." And he said, "Wedding's off."
Yep.
Oh, but
wagged his finger. No wedding.
Listen, I'm all for prenups, and I've talked about this many, many times, so I don't want to go on that soapbox. But if you do it 3 days before the wedding, nah, bro, do it like right in the beginning. That's
you should do it right on the first date. You should say, "Look, if this goes anywhere, there's a prenup."
Yeah.
What about
that? Do you know anyone with an existing prenup?
One couple with a prenup.
Because I do not.
I know
don't
one
have
couple
one.
with a prenup.
Michael doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Stu Lance doesn't have one.
He a big-time Hollywood producer type, and his girlfriend, who's several years younger than him, has a prenup.
Smart.
Yeah, I think that if you're an established person, if you have millions to your name,
right,
a prenup is appropriate. But if you're in the beginning, like I asked Lisa, my dad, I talked to my dad. I said, "Hey, do you think I should ask Lisa for a prenup?" He goes, he laughed. He goes, "Yeah, go ahead. See how that goes for you." Like he knew exactly what was going to happen. So I go, "Hey, I want to talk to you." Lisa and I had already gotten engaged. I said, "I want to talk to you about a prenuptial agreement." And she laughed. She goes, "You don't have any money." And I go, "I know, but I will one day." And she goes, and then half of it's mine.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And she said, "No." And she goes, "If you had money, I would sign it, but you don't have any money. We're in this together." And that was the end of the discussion. Laura.
So I agree. Like if you have a lot of money, definitely. But even if you are like an average Joe and you have like property, like a home, because if you have it before you get married, right, it's your property and they don't have access to it. It's a premarital asset.
Right.
So my thing is,
boy, Laura's done. She's
my
you
thing
gotta
is
know
like,
your stuff here.
Like you have to. Well, I mean, my boyfriend's brother and sister are lawyers, and he went to law school for like a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So I do know.
Do you think if you guys get married that he'll ask for a prenup?
He doesn't have property.
That was Lisa's answer to me.
See, if you've got stuff, though, it does make sense.
But my thing is, even if he would, like, let's say he's like, "Hey, I made," he's doing like stocks and stuff. He's like, "I made a little bit of money. Like, this is mine." I wouldn't be offended on it. Like, my mom gave me property in Mexico, so that's mine. And like, we both agreed that we don't touch each other's stuff pre getting married.
Brian, did you and Allison even discuss it?
No, I don't think this word was even brought up once. So.
Yeah, the word prenup never entered the conversation. No. Yeah, see, the ship sailed for me because Juan and I have been together 20 years, so we're common law.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as being common law, right?
Yeah.
So he can walk away with half of everything.
It was
He
so
ain't going nowhere.
Except the dogs. He can't walk away with half the dogs.
By the way, Juan was, we all had dinner together on Saturday night. Juan was incredibly offended that I even suggested that you would give up a dog for your favorite team to win a championship. He was like, "I can't even believe you asked that."
Yeah, it is.
That's what we love.
And you said you would give up Murphy the dog.
You did.
If
I knew he was going to be in good hands and would live a long, if I could give him to a family member so I could still see him, but yes, I would give up. I would give up occupancy for the Lakers to win the title.
Who would be your cuddle buddy?
Lisa. By the way, I brought that up. You were there.
Yeah.
I brought it up with Lisa, and she goes, "You would be so outvoted on this." she said, "There's no way in hell that me or Jack would ever let you do anything with that dog."
Yeah. I understand. If your kid was, like, for example, let's just say, and Michael's going to be here later on this week, if Clay ever got married, don't you think a prenup would be appropriate?
Not only appropriate, I think Michael would say to Clay, you absolutely have to get it. Clay has like $200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would have to.
Yeah.
But what would be more interesting would be Mikey, his older brother, who doesn't have $200 million. Would he have? Well, remind me to ask Michael about that when he comes in Wednesday.
We'll do it.
And Trace is married, and I don't think Trace got a prenup. Trace already has 2 kids.
Yeah.
Very adorable.
Yeah, I don't think he has a prenup.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
But Clay's got.
Yeah, Clay's got money.
A few $100 million.
Yeah.
All right. John, are you available for the Cappy Blackjack tournament? Everybody's going to be there.
When and where?
It is next Friday, June the 6th, at Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens.
If it were any other day.
I know,
any
exactly.
other day.
Brian, you're going to head out and play a little blackjack?
I might try.
It's Friday.
Polish my skills first.
Easy to play against Cappy.
Whoa.
Yeah, Cappy hits on 18.
He hits on 18.
God.
What are
you going to... You lose to him and you're really bad.
This afternoon, you can win your chance to be part of Cappy's blackjack tournament at Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens. Listen for your chance to win this afternoon with Shadano and Cap. Again, the tournament is coming up next Friday, June the 6th.
This Friday.
Oh, sorry
June
about
6th,
that. This
right?
Friday, June the 6th. This Friday. Este.
Oh, gracias. Sí, este Friday.
Yes.
Viernes.
Viernes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's the poker tournament or the blackjack tournament. Make sure you're out there for that. All right. Coming up next for you. Let's take a look at the Dodgers, who have got a ridiculously tough stretch coming up. We will get into that and talk about some of their injury issues, which are considerable now. In the meantime, owing money to the IRS is just overwhelming. I mean, totally weighs you down. And there are a lot of ads out there trying to scare you, confuse you. Listen, owing money to the IRS does not make you a bad person. Tax relief advocates know this, and they want you to relax and breathe and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure that you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. The experts at TRA have a proven 3-step tax resolution process and knowledge of special programs that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. It's easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. End your tax nightmare. Do it. Get your life back on track. Do it. If you owe money to the IRS and feel like you got nowhere to turn, call Tax Relief Advocates today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482 or visit TRA.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
How many Hall of Famers did you sack? You said you played against Joe Montana. Did you sack him?
Hit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. Favre.
Twice.
Did you ever play against Marino?
Hit him.
Steve Young?
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, missed one.
What about Warren Moon?
Picked him.
Okay.
And I never let him forget it.
You intercepted a pass from Warren Moon.
Oh yeah, and he sat there on the sideline and watched me return it.
Husky dirty.
Oh yeah, he was sitting right there watching me run and would not get up.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
great.
I hope you get up and try to tackle me so I can run you over. Yeah.
Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Elway,
for sure.
yes.
Elway.
Yeah. All those guys of that era.
Yeah. Aikman?
Preseason, and I blew him up twice, and they took him out.
Oh.
Yeah, and the guy that I was beating, I went to college with, so I had, beef with him.
Okay.
So it wasn't about Aikman. It was about that dude.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Get tickets now
Look, I got a dog.
to the movie event of the summer.
Yeah.
Rough. This Memorial Day, the summer starts with Stitch.
Adorable little psychopath.
Disney's Lilo and Stitch, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. As I like to say and remind you, be proud. Be proud, sucker, to say you're a P1 of Mason and Ireland. One day it might just get you cash. Probably not. But hey, it's worth a good tease, isn't it?
Cruder, the Smartest way to hire.
Mason and Ireland, your Monday continues on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
A Donna Summer sighting on Mason and Ireland.
How about that?
Wow.
On this date in some year, this song came out.
1979.
79. What a year that was, huh? What do you remember about 79?
I remember that the Lakers drafted Magic Johnson, and he led them
There
to
you
the
go.
title that year. I remember the Pirates won the World Series, the
Yep.
We Are Family Pirates.
Yep. I remember the economy was crap. Remember that?
Am I right? Wasn't that around the time we had gas lines?
We had gas lines, exactly.
You had to go on what your license plate said. Odd numbers could go on one day, and even numbers could go on another day.
Yeah, that's. Can you believe that, Brian?
Not a world I lived in.
We had such a fuel shortage in Ohio when I was growing up. They took all the elementary schools and they put them at the high school. And you went to elementary school from 6 a.m. to noon, and then they would do the high school from noon to 6 because they only wanted to heat one building. They didn't want to heat all the elementary schools, so we all went to high school and they juggled the days.
There you go.
Got a little update from the Dodgers. Dave Roberts on a fracture to the fourth toe on his left foot. Mookie Betts this is. Focus right now getting the swelling to subside and the pain under control.
So wait a minute, fourth toe. So big toe, and then the one right before your pinky?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
That one. Swelling subside under control. Roberts acknowledged it's something that could linger for quite some time. But he says part of the reason why the Dodgers haven't put him on the IL is, at least for now, they think he's got a chance to come back. Probably don't think that 4 days off versus 14 or 15 days off is going to make much of a difference. So he is going to have a nagging injury for some time. If you look at the Dodgers over the weekend, obviously taking 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. They won Friday night, came back on Max Fried. Saturday night, they beat him about 100-2. Yesterday, they lose Yamamoto with his worst start of the year. Evan Phillips. If you look at that bullpen, look at the guys that threw last night, Lou Trevino, and these guys, they're journeymen. Chris Stratton, they're down to just fumes in the bullpen. Evan Phillips is now on the 60. Blake Trinan is out for an indeterminate amount of time.
Wait a minute on Evan Phillips. You saw the news about him over the weekend,
done for
right?
the year. I
Tommy
forgot.
John.
Yeah, done for the year.
Yeah.
Michael Kopech has thrown 9 times with the Oklahoma City Comets, so I think he's got a chance to come back soon. Kirby Yates, I've heard, is progressing. Emmett Sheehan, who had Tommy John last year, is actually throwing again over in Glendale. He conceivably could help after the All-Star break once you get into August, about the same time we start seeing Shohei Ohtani. But the Dodgers are entering a crazy stretch where they play 4 with the Mets starting tonight. Then they go to St. Louis and San Diego, 3 games each place. Then they're home to San Francisco, really good San Francisco team for 3, at San Diego for 3, and then home to San Diego for 4. That means 3, 6, 10 of a lot of San Diego is what that means. A lot of Padres. So that's when they need to be really on it, because the Padres can obviously pick up a game. How much of a lead do we have on the Padres right now? Pretty good. After winning 2 out of 3, I think we're in pretty good shape.
They were sinking. But to me, the only thing that you got to keep an eye on is that the Dodgers don't absolutely go in the tank. Like, if they were to go on a long losing streak, they'd be in trouble. But if they do what they did this weekend, they'll be fine.
Yeah, win 2 out of 3. That's good. 36-23. Yeah, they 2 games up on San Diego, 3 games up on the Giants. Arizona's actually hanging in there, 8 games back. They will potentially compete for a wild card. It'd be tough. But if you look at it, the Mets have had 1 more win that the Dodgers have had. The Cubs have had 1 more win than the Dodgers have had. So they basically have the second best record now in Major League Baseball. I don't think there's any reason to panic, Bill Plaschke. If Bill's listening, go easy, my friend. Go easy, my friend.
What was weird
it's
about
early.
Bill? Bill said before they went on this this stretch where they're playing 25 straight games against teams with good records, that they would fall out of playoff contention. So they win 2 of 3 against the Yankees.
And he writes another panicky column.
And today he wrote a column, the sky's falling again.
Somebody needs to help Bill. Somebody needs to help Bill. He's obviously very nervous, down to his last nerve about the Dodgers. He is predicting disaster. Would you say he's predicting disaster, or we should be prepared for disaster?
Both.
Yeah, I think predicting and be prepared.
Yeah, he thinks that they just don't have it this year.
Yeah, settle
I'm glad
down.
Ireland's folding back on our side because he was panicking when you were gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, were you panicking?
I still am a little.
See, look at him.
I think the Dodgers' injuries are something and not nothing. I think you think they're nothing.
I think they've got a lot of depth. Bullpen injuries are damaging right now.
Yeah.
Bullpen injuries are tough. I think they're getting by with rotation. Knack Day on Saturday. I think Landon Knack's going to give them valuable innings here until we see Shohei, until we see Blake Snell, until we see Tyler Glasnow, until we see Shohei Ohtani. That's the reason for optimism, is that the reinforcements are coming after the All-Star break. So I got a favor, John.
Okay.
My brother is operating.
Which one?
My brother Brian, back in Toledo, Ohio, is operating a pickleball.
Yeah, he's a big pickleball guy.
Big pickleball guy. They created this cool thing in Toledo. It's called Toledo Pickle, and it's got 11 pickleball courts. It's got a great pizza joint. It's got a bar. It's all in one complex. And my brother Brian has sent, let me see, he told me he sent 200 DMs to Dave Portnoy from Barstool.
Okay.
Asking him to come and do a pizza test at Toledo
because
Pickleball.
Dave's big into pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any in with Dave Portnoy and where he goes to eat his pizza?
I don't. I'm trying to think if we know anyone who works for Outkick. Is
he out? No, he's Barstool.
Barstool.
Isn't he? Barstool.
You're right. Yeah, Barstool. Do we know anybody that works for Barstool?
I don't think so. Laura, do you know anybody?
I'm usually pretty good, but no, maybe Greg does. He knows everybody.
Yeah. Brian, nobody?
I don't know.
Okay, here's my request then. Please, just send DMs to Dave Portnoy over and over again. It should say one thing, Toledo Pickle. Let's see if we can get my brother some Dave Portnoy appearance, some Dave Portnoy love. All right, coming up next for you, John. The Ringer has done something interesting for a journalistic operation. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Okay, I'll explain it coming up next. In the meantime, it's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by Legends Attic. It's all part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday night on July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate, take your shot in a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. Bring your own bat, your own helmet, bring the big swing. Spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, and be legendary. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, I hold in my hand a can of Pro Baller Energy. This is the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a natural, healthier alternative to all those synthetic high-crash energy drinks. It's got tons of ultra-premium ingredients, plus it delivers 102 milligrams of natural caffeine. This is what you need right here. Pro Baller Energy. It's NSF certified for sports, which means pro athletes trust it all the time. If you're like me, you get up early, you go play golf right in the middle of the day, you hit a little lull, you drink one of these, you're good to go. And right now you can rep the Lakers with this incredibly cool can. I've given these to people, and they refuse to open them because they just want to keep the can, which I can see why. The purple and gold Lakers can with the Laker logo. If you want to feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in, grab the drink that fuels the Lakers. Pro Baller is available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online and Amazon. Pro Baller Energy Drinks champions. Choose clean energy.
Cappy at the $10,000 blackjack tournament June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
Winter we call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie
Want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Know a high school senior who's a leader, scholar, and an athlete? Nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. 5 winners, $500 scholarship, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday event. Nominate your All-Star Student today at ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region in California for the last 13 years in a row. Come see what the fun is all about.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
The best mornings
In the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Back to my roots, another day, another door, another high, another low, rock bottom.
All right, so John, The Ringer, which I think we all read and listen to. It's a great source of sports information.
Love The Ringer.
And it's interesting because, like a lot of us, they are one of their partners is FanDuel. So tell me if this is journalism.
Okay.
This is from The Ringer. The Illinois legislature is considering an unprecedented tax on every bet placed on online apps like FanDuel. This would hurt sports fans in Illinois and potentially drive them to the illegal market. Click on this link and tell Illinois politicians to reject a tax on our bets. Now, is that something? The post has been taken down. Does that feel like journalism to you, or does that feel like advocacy?
I think they're taking care of a partner.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
But they are a journalistic enterprise, right?
Well, so are we, technically. We take care of partners all the time.
But they took this down.
Right.
Because they're basically
they
lobbying
probably didn't
for
want
FanDuel.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to get involved with politics. But the one thing about us is if we partner with you, we want you to be happy.
Oh, sure,
and
absolutely.
I remember, you and I advocated hard for DirecTV to add the Dodgers for
100%.
years.
But do you
and that
consider,
wasn't that advocacy?
But do you consider us? For example, I engage in advocacy. Do you consider us journalism in the same way that you consider The Ringer journalism? Because I don't. I don't consider myself to be a journalist at all.
Is Bill Simmons?
Yes. Well, I don't know. Is Bill Simmons?
I don't think he.
You
would
don't
say
think he would
is.
say he is? Yeah.
I know. I think he would say I'm a writer and a podcaster,
Do you think
and
you're
I
a
do what I
journalist?
want. Not as much as when I worked at Channel 2 and Channel 9.
Right.
I try and I try and stay somewhat neutral during the Laker games. I lose it every once in a while, but but I say things on this show I wouldn't say during the Laker games.
Right, sure.
I don't have an issue with the Ringer doing that.
Okay, I want to get to the meat of that, which is the Illinois legislature may put a tax on every bet placed.
Yeah, shouldn't do it.
Shouldn't do it.
No.
Don't you think if we did that in California, we might get gambling legalized?
No, I think that if they charged us to bet on FanDuel,
which right now we can't bet.
Wait, on FanDuel we can, right?
No, on FanDuel.
Brian,
no.
what do you
FanDuel's
when
like
you bet? What are you betting on? What app?
You can in California you can use Prize Picks, Sleeper, and Underdog. Those
right.
are the three.
Those
I
are
know
the
of.
three, like the over-unders and the parlays and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
we can't make a bet with FanDuel or DraftKings. But if you were to say, all right, stick $1 on every one of those bets, doesn't that make California say, wait a minute, we can really raise a lot, in the same way we raise a lot of money from cannabis because the tax is crazy on it.
Right.
We could raise a lot of money from another sin tax like
Sure.
gambling.
You could try it, but I
don't think it would keep anybody from gambling.
Here's the thing: if you want to gamble, I think you're going to gamble legally or illegally.
Yes.
And I think if you start charging people to bet legally, they'll just do it illegally for free.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying you'll
Yeah.
potentially drive them to an illegal market. Do you know any bookies? Do you know of any? Oh, Brian, look at Brian's got a big smile on his face.
There's a few like offshore accounts you could bet online.
I
and gamble.
personally,
Not that you've done it.
Right,
I
of course not, of
personally
course.
don't know any bookies.
I don't either.
But I have friends who have bookies, and my sense is that my friends would let me place a bet if I wanted to. I just never have. I'm very nervous to bet on anything other than mythical money on the show.
Oh, sure.
Because I have a great life and I don't want to get fired. And the NBA has like super strict gambling rules.
No reason to mess with it.
And so I'm not even sure what I can legally bet on. And I know I can't bet on any NBA or WNBA at all.
No.
But I don't even know what I can legally bet on outside of that. And so I just don't.
Mythical money!
Yeah, I just bet fake money.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Best way to go. When I was, can I tell this? Yeah. So when I was working in,
I always do that. Should I tell this?
The minors, the bookie was a play-by-play announcer for a certain city.
Okay.
And my dad figured out who the bookie was, who the play-by-play / bookie was, and starting making bets with the voice of the Columbus. I just gave it away.
All right. Well, wait, how about this?
Yeah.
Did you know when he was growing up in high school, Bob Costas was a bookie?
No way.
His dad was a gambler.
Yeah.
And he would take him to Yankee games when he was young. And Bob, when he got into high school, would take bets for his friends.
He was a bookie?
Yeah, just for his friends.
Oh, that's insane.
Because his dad was apparently a compulsive gambler.
You can't lose because you got the VIG. I'm going to get the VIG.
Bet on everything. So Bob did it for a few years.
How much is the VIG? What is people paying for VIG now, Brian? You know. The
I
VIG.
don't even know what that is.
The Vigorous?
It's the juice. It's what
The
they
juice.
take off the top when you win a bet.
Oh, I don't know. The apps I use don't do none of that. So.
Well, what about when you are connecting with someone in Curacao?
That's a good question. You know? It's one of those things where they don't pay you out very often.
Oh, got it. Yeah, hopefully you will get paid out.
Hey, Laura, who won Game of Games on Friday? I don't remember. I know it wasn't me.
Was it
It's
Mason?
Mason.
Yeah.
All right, so that went towards June.
Mr. June.
So yeah, I was just gonna say you're now the favorite to win again today because it's
Mr.
my
June.
game.
All right.
But Laura, we need to get somebody else to play.
I got you guys.
Okay.
We will do Game of Games coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I've never made a duty on a plane. Really? In my lifetime.
I would have never guessed that.
So shocked to hear that.
Wow.
Honestly, are you just like afraid of it? Like,
No,
what are you afraid of?
I just.
You don't want to walk out and everybody realizes it's you.
yeah.
That's what it is.
probably more like it.
Sedano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
And here we go. It is Game of Games time, and John Ireland's game today. We got Parker Bell to play along with me, Brian Cohen, and Laura Romo. Ireland, what do we got?
All right. First of all, welcome, Parker.
Yeah, hey, Parker. Thank you.
And we were talking about you earlier in the show. Was Love Island one of the shows you applied to be on?
Yeah. Love Island was the one we applied to be on, and then you said I should try one of the other ones.
But did Love Island ever give you a yes or a no?
Nope.
Not even a response. How
Just
disrespectful that is.
We need to talk to Janice.
It's so disrespectful from such a classy show.
Right? Right?
Hard to believe.
Ghosted me like all the ladies on Hinge.
On Hinge.
You ghost them, don't lie.
Okay.
Never.
So here we go. This year's NBA Finals start on Thursday in Oklahoma City. Pacers against the Thunder. I have a list of facts. Each fact is about either Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither.
Okay.
All right, so that's the game. Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither.
Okay.
Fact number one. This state is the birthplace of Twinkies. Brian Cohen, is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither?
Indiana.
Laura Romo.
I'll go neither.
You're going neither. Steve Mason.
I'm going to go Indiana.
Parker Bell.
I'll go Oklahoma.
Laura Romo gets
It's
the
neither.
point. It is Illinois is the birthplace of Twinkies.
Damn.
Okay, number 2. Laura, this one coming to you.
Okay, sir.
This state is responsible for more than 20% of the nation's popcorn supply. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither? Laura.
I'll go Oklahoma.
Mace.
Indiana.
Parker.
Indiana.
Brian.
Indiana.
Indiana is the correct answer, and
Dang
we have a 4-way tie.
See, this is what happens when I think. I thought about it.
Oh, you started thinking.
Don't think,
Yeah,
just
that's
do.
bad.
No,
It's bad.
start at the beginning of the show.
All right, Mace.
Facts.
This state has the most man-made lakes in the country, more than 200. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither?
I'm going to go Indiana again.
Okay, Parker.
I'll go neither.
Okay, Brian.
Neither.
Laura.
Also neither.
Nobody got it. Oklahoma is the correct answer.
Yeah, they make
All right, Parker, this one coming to you.
steak and lakes.
Yeah, apparently. There is a town in this state named Santa Claus. Is it Santa Claus, Indiana, Santa Claus, Oklahoma, or neither?
Indiana.
Okay, Brian.
Neither.
Laura.
Oklahoma.
Mace.
Indiana.
Indiana is the correct answer. Santa Claus, Indiana. Parker and Mace have taken a 2-1 lead. All right, Brian, back to you. The first national hamburger chain started in this state when Walter Anderson opened the first White Castle there.
Nice.
Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither?
I'll take Oklahoma.
Laura.
Neither.
Mace.
Neither.
Parker.
Neither.
Neither. Correct answer.
It's Illinois, right?
Was that from Ohio?
Kansas.
Kansas
was the home of the first White
White,
Castle.
Whitey Castilius.
All right, Laura,
after
coming
we
to
were
you.
drunk at night.
Mistletoe is the official state floral emblem of this state. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither? Mistletoe.
I'll go Indiana.
Mace.
I've seen the fields of mistletoe in Oklahoma, so I would say Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay, Parker.
Well, there was a city called Santa Claus, but I'm going to go neither.
Okay, Brian.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is the correct answer, and
Fields.
Steve Mason
Fields of mistletoe.
has a 4-3 lead over Parker Bell. All right, Mace, I'll put you in the first spot. Here we go.
Got it.
1, 2, 3 left, and a tiebreaker.
Let's win this sucker.
But you go up 2-0.
Oh.
Mace, it is illegal in this state to catch a fish with dynamite, firearms, a crossbow, or your bare hands. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither?
Oklahoma.
Parker.
The question is legal?
It is illegal in
Illegal.
this state to catch a fish with dynamite, firearms, a crossbow, or your bare hands. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither? Mace, you said Oklahoma, right?
I said Oklahoma.
Parker, you're one back.
Indiana.
Okay, Brian.
Taking a shot.
Neither.
Laura.
Indiana.
Indiana is correct,
We
and
said
Parker
that
has
somewhere.
tied Mace. Mace 4,
I do have my fishing license.
Parker 4,
In what state?
Laura 3, and Brian
California.
2. Brian, with 2 left, you have to go opposite, if you can, of Parker and Mace. Okay?
Cool.
All right, so Parker, you go first this time. The first successful goldfish farm in the United States was opened in this state in 1899. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither?
Oklahoma.
Mace.
Neither.
Laura.
I'm also going neither.
Brian, you got to go.
Indiana.
You got it.
That's
Indiana.
right. Come
And Brian's back in the game.
Wow.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
Parker and Mace are tied. Mace has to go first. Laura and Brian are one back. Anybody can win it. This state is the largest producer of rice in the United States. Is it Indiana, Oklahoma, or neither? Mace.
Neither.
You still
know.
can. You're tied.
Okay, it's mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to go neither.
All right, so that means Brian and Laura, you guys have to go.
Oklahoma or Indiana, right?
Right. What do you want to do, Brian?
Oklahoma.
Laura?
I wanted to go neither, but I'm also going Oklahoma.
you guys sniffed it out. It's Arkansas.
Yeah.
So Brian and Laura are out, and it comes down
To a
to
tiebreaker.
Steve Mason or
You.
Parker Bell.
Okay.
All right. If you add up the populations of the two final cities, Indianapolis and Oklahoma City, just the cities themselves, what total number did you get? And I'm going to give you a hint. The number I'm looking for is more than 1 million, but less than 2 million. So make a specific guess. More than 1 million, less than 2 million. If you add up the populations of Indianapolis and Oklahoma City, more than 1 million, less than 2 million. Parker, do you have a number written down?
Got a number.
Mace, do you have a number written
I
down?
do.
Mace, what did you write down?
1.8 million.
1.8. Parker?
1,725,000.
We have a winner.
Oh, damn it.
The correct answer. 1,582,060. Parker Bell.
Did
It
he
is
look-
Rams hat.
That was strategically so bad on my part. I should have gone 1.1 million, right? So
And
I got
made-
anything.
No, but then Parker.
He could go
He could have
1.
gone
I could have
1.
still would have won.
Yeah.
I would have gone 1.5 just because you would have been in the middle.
In the middle,
But,
right.
But Parker, by going a little lower than you, is the victor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Damn it.
This was
Congratulations.
for the social team in the back.
By the way, for the
Parker screws
for
us.
all the ladies out there, if you get a text message at 2 a.m. tonight that says "you up,"
No,
So-
or just sup.
This summer of
You're a little F-boy,
What are
you.
we calling it? F-boy summer.
F-
It might be in Jeopardy, guys.
Why?
Might be in Jeopardy.
Oh, because you got one on the line.
You dating somebody?
Well, I've had a couple dates and
Really?
All right. So how many dates do you have to see somebody for before you would claim exclusivity?
Oh, well, more than what we're at now.
Okay,
but we're
but you've been
definitely
out more than once.
Yeah, we've
Like
gone
how
out
many
twice.
dates?
Oh, yeah, you
Twice?
need more than that. More than
How
that.
did you meet this person?
This was through an app,
Okay, which one?
Hinge.
Okay. Mace, will Parker be with the same girl a week from today?
A week from today.
Okay, so this is tough. Also, I'll describe her a little bit. She's a graduate of physical therapy, so she's got
Okay.
I think a
Nice.
doctorate
Yep.
from
Can
SC.
she,
Nice.
can she work on Mace? He's got some ailments.
I got
could.
ailments.
She
yeah.
could. I think she's going to help LMU athletics, maybe.
Okay.
And then let's see. She's going to New York for the next month. Her dad's out there.
Oh.
So yeah,
So it will
in a-
last.
so let's say a month.
Yeah.
In a month on July 2nd, on 4th of July. On 4th of July.
Long distance relationships do not work.
It's
You're
not a
done,
relationship,
Parker.
though.
Bull
Laura,
hockey.
will they
I believe,
still be?
I believe in love.
Will they
He
still be
believes.
dating on the 4th of July, Laura?
Okay, well, because they're not exclusively dating, so he can date other people, and I'm guessing she can too, that can actually work, yeah.
Brian?
I think Parker found himself a keeper.
After 2 dates, he
Come
found himself a
on.
Hey,
keeper.
you know after one date.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you really know? I see. I always knew after one date.
You know
If
how
there's something here or there's
you know how
nothing.
I
What's
knew
your
it was a
longest
good-
relationship ever? How long was it?
Oh, it was long.
Like
four
more
and
than
a half
5 years? Okay,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5
okay.
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who ended it? You or her?
Me.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Was this the girl that...
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
I
it's
made
been
you,
around the
you what I
station.
say.
Yeah.
Once an F boy, always an F boy. 4th of July, Parker will be on the market and available.
All right.
All right, thank you guys.
Wow, you guys have faith in
Congratulations
him,
on your
huh?
Excellent.
victory.
Excellent. All right. Let me see. Oh, he's going to get one last thing in here. Damn. I lost it. Oh, yeah. So there's an announcer in San Diego. John, you may know this guy, the play-by-play guy at the Padres.
Okay, what's his name?
I got it right.
Is it
Don
Don
Orsillo.
Orsillo?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
He used to be for the Red Sox. I don't know him. I know of him.
Okay, so he's the guy.
Yeah.
And he has developed a... Can you hear it?
You can. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you can hear it in there.
He's developed, after he does a live read, he does a paper snap.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to listen. Here it is. Here is his paper snap, because I think maybe we could adopt this.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
I mean, does anybody read the copyright in this league better than you?
So
I think so.
when
There's
we
probably
do
something.
reads at the Laker games,
Yeah.
Funch sends me a laminated index card.
Oh, yeah?
And he says, "Here, read this." And I used to throw it back at him.
Right.
Because he sits on the other side of Michael. And after a while, I realized I was going to put his eye out.
Right,
'Cause, you know, those cards have like a mind of their
Corners
own,
to
so
him,
now
yeah.
I just hand it to him. But
Yeah, I always remember from Rush Limbaugh, who I was a huge fan of, obviously. If you know me, you know that.
What did you say? He goes, I'm holding in my previously nicotine-stained finger.
He would do this, which I think is actually, before we do it, Laura, what do you think? Before we do a read?
Oh, my God, please don't.
From now on.
No. No, that's horrible.
I think we should adopt that. Let's try it tomorrow. How about this?
Wait, I got somebody that has
before the read,
something
you
to
go
say.
like this.
Oh, I think that's good.
No, somebody has something to say.
Luke doesn't like it?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Why are you guys doing that? Huh? That's exactly. It's a good question. All right.
All right, so wait, you're getting out of here?
I'm getting out of
You're
here.
leaving me with... Sedano and Cap will probably be late.
I'm leaving you in the
A
hands...
solo show. I've always dreamed of
in
this.
the hands of Sedano and Cap.
Maybe I'll do a song. Treat it like a variety
I
show.
will run out there and get to my car if you do a song. All right, see you tomorrow, Mason and Ireland,
now
710 ESPN.
The end is near.
It is near.
After a historic night at BMO Stadium, the Black and Gold are heading to the global stage.
It's over! LAFC have won! They're going to the Club World Cup!
Congratulations to LAFC for punching their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup.
Say hello to Group D, baby! And say goodbye to Club America!
And you heard it all here on the home of the Black and Gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
With Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, now I think the only way I can get Cap to use his megaphone is if I say woo, 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 woo. There you go.
Wait, Cappy. Woo, 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 woo.
Cap, how are things?
Johnny things are going really well on a Monday.
All right, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, I know, and I deserve it.
Okay, the other day I get a text from Cap in the morning, and he says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Let me know when you're available. And I texted back, I'm here all morning. Hit me up whenever you want. Bupkis. Nothing. Not another word from Scott Kaplan. So did you get a bigger name to solve whatever your problem was?
No, I still need to talk to you desperately.
Oh, yeah,
And-
right.
No, I
desperately
swear to God.
that you text me saying you needed to talk to me and then blew me off for 3 days.
No, I think what happened, though.
Sonato's looking at me like, what else did you expect?
Yeah, no, but I think what happened, in my own defense, and I don't deserve it, but I'll try, is I think this happened on a Friday morning. Does
It
that
did.
sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. I happened to have the day off on Friday because it was Rachel's son's high school graduation.
Okay.
So I was caught up in like the family graduation stuff, which is a whole other story of like now living in a blended world of different families. I'll
Sure.
talk to George about it later. I need his advice.
Yeah.
So that I got caught up on Friday, and then it was Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, I'm not going to bother John with this on Saturday, Sunday. So then today, I literally woke up and I was like, oh man, I got to get back to Ireland. I really need his help with something. And then by the time I was ready to text you, you were already on the air. So believe me when I tell you, I desperately need your
George,
help.
I think the statute, whatever favor he needs from me, I think the statute has run out. I think that
you snooze, you lose.
Right.
Wait, I can't even like put in the request.
I don't even know what the request is.
Well, it's an
obviously
offering.
you had bigger names on the other line.
No, I haven't.
Because I know you really well, and you obviously reached out to more than just me.
No, I swear to you, like I have not talked to anybody else about this. I really need to talk to you about
What
this.
is it then?
Can you say what it is on the air? Or is it an off-the-air conversation?
No, it's fine. I actually want you to I want to introduce you to somebody.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And it's typical, right? Like every one of us, and I don't mean just the three of us, I mean everybody in the world, everybody's like kind of helping everybody, especially when it comes to their kids. Like, George, you're going to find this out later on when your kids are a little bit older. Like, I had a lunch today with a kid, an hour and 15 minutes, because a friend of mine was like, hey, my son, he graduated from this film school. He's trying to get into the industry. Can you meet with him? I'm like, me?
Wait, what are you going to do?
Right, what can I do? I'm not in the film industry.
Are you the CEO of Paramount and I didn't realize?
No,
Lionsgate?
actually,
By the way, I don't think there is a CEO of Paramount right now. They're trying to sell that thing.
That's true.
I told him, what am I, the executive vice president at Sony Films? You're exactly right, George. But it's just typical, right? Like everybody is like looking for somebody to try and help out a kid somewhere. And so, John, I'm in the same boat. I want to talk to you about a kid.
Yeah, just let me know later.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys about something. You guys know who Kelsey Plum is?
Yeah, she's
the basketball player?
The guard, yeah.
Okay, so she for a while, she was the all-time leading scorer in college basketball until Caitlin Clark broke her record. She went to the University of Washington. Cappy, she's from Poway, outside of San Diego.
Yeah, I think she played her high school basketball at what is a really like powerful girls program. You'd have to check me on this exactly, but I think it's called La Jolla Country Day.
Yeah, matter of fact, rest his soul, former Heisman Trophy winner Rashawn Salam came out of La Jolla Country Day.
That's right, you got it.
So Kelsey was talking about, so she spent the first 7 years of her career playing for the Las Vegas Aces, helped them win the title a couple of years ago. As a matter of fact, they won two titles.
a couple titles, yeah.
And so then this past offseason, she asked to be traded to the Sparks. She wanted to come back to Southern California where her family is and kind of, reestablish her roots back here. So they agreed to it. They traded her. We had her on the show a couple weeks ago. She's great. Somebody asked her, the Sparks went and played the Aces in Vegas over the weekend, and somebody asked Kelsey, what's the biggest difference between living in Vegas, where she had lived the last 7 years, and living in L.A., where she lives now? And Kelsey's answer was, DoorDash is a lot more expensive in L.A.
Yeah.
Okay. This doesn't make any sense to me, George.
Why? Why wouldn't it make sense?
DoorDash is a delivery service.
Yeah.
FedEx costs the same whether I mail a package in Vegas or I mail it in Manhattan
Yeah,
Beach.
but traffic.
So does Instacart.
That's all it is. Traffic.
That's it?
Yeah. There's more time for traffic and the things you have to deal with in L.A. from a driver's perspective than in other cities.
So she's right. It is more expensive. If I send an item 5 miles, if I send an item from my house to your house,
right,
it's going to cost me double in California
than it would in Nevada,
even if it was the exact same distance in Vegas.
Yep. Well, John, think about it like this. Let's say you go to Vegas and you get an Uber, and you then compare the price of the Uber in Vegas to L.A. or any other market for that matter. The point is that the cost is somewhat dynamic.
I
It's
live
depending on where you are.
9 miles from LAX, my home away from home, as we all
Right.
know. And it will cost me easily on an Uber, to Cappy's point. Like, I'm going to be gone for, I don't know how long I'll be gone, right? For this trip
You're
starting
leaving
tomorrow.
Wednesday. You're
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could be gone as long as 18 days, potentially.
Right.
So I got to Uber. I'm not parking at the airport, which I normally do for a short trip. So, yeah, it is easily like 35, 40% more to Uber.
All right, so if I Uber
here.
from, you know where my house is.
Yeah.
If I Uber from my house in Manhattan Beach to the airport, it's roughly before tip $25.
Right.
Is yours?
Oh, way more than that.
Yours is like 50.
Oh, I would say more than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get you a driver. cut that into your next deal.
Hey, Johnny I, did you host Mace and Juan at the 900 Club?
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
I didn't know. George, you've been there, right? You've been to 900.
Not to the 900. I've been to all the sleighs that you went
The
to.
899, not to the 9?
He was like, as a matter of fact, I pointed out that Matteo, when we walked by Slay Italian, that was his favorite spot.
That is his favorite spot.
So we took him to Slay Steak and Fish. That was a great time. David was there. Then I walked him by all the other Slay restaurants.
Right.
Took him in the Speakeasy at Fett.
Okay.
And then walked him over to 900, and people could not believe Mason was there. They were like so excited to meet him. It was hilarious, like because they're used to seeing me there.
Yeah.
But obviously, the two of us have never been there at the same time.
Right.
And it was like I brought like Diana Ross with me.
Oh,
it was
that's
like,
funny.
it was
I'm sure he loved
Diana
that.
Ross.
Yeah,
it is practically Diana Ross.
Yeah, it was.
You know?
It was
similar age.
Yeah, it was
Right, that's what I'm getting at. The hair,
Yeah,
you know, the hair is the same. You know,
Yeah,
catalog of music is similar.
Yeah, but we had a good time. It was.
Well, how long did you guys stay there? If you guys had a, kind of a big dinner, and then you guys went walking through town, how long were you in the 900 Club?
Okay, we ate dinner at 7. We left Slay at 9. We were in the 900 Club from maybe 9 to 10:30, and then we're out of there.
Mm-hmm. And then did you guys say, hey, we're out of here, we got to go?
No,
Or
I'm the king of the Irish goodbye. I'm always the first to leave. So,
Okay.
but with Mace, I know he likes to do that too. So I gave him a heads up. We were talking. He was holding court. Everybody's like, talking with Mason. Couldn't wait to meet him. And then I looked at him. I go, Mason, I'm ordering an Uber, so this is your 15-minute warning. And when I ordered an Uber, he ordered an Uber.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we both got out of there around the same
So
time.
so when you leave the 900 Club, he needs to leave the 900 Club. There's no leaving the guest behind in the 900 Club.
No, if I tell the bartender that you can use my tab, you can, which I would do with you, Cap, because I know you wouldn't want to leave that early.
Of course.
You could
10:30 is way too early.
Use your tab also.
You could run my tab up. Amanda did that to me one night. Amanda Brown. I left. She stayed. And the next day I get a call from Dave, the guy who runs 900. He goes, your tab was unusually large last night. I go, oh, God. And I told him what happened. He goes, yeah, they ran up probably $200 after you left.
Who's
I go,
they?
Never. Amanda and her friends.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, okay, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I've got to
that's
be
funny.
there to figure it out. George, I was looking at the odds in Vegas for the NBA Finals. And the Thunder are one of the biggest favorites in NBA Final history.
Yeah.
I think they're the 4th largest favorite ever.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm not a gambler, but I'd be tempted to put money on Indiana just because I get unbelievable odds. I don't think Indiana has no chance. I'm picking the Thunder.
Yeah.
I originally was going to pick them in 5. Now I'm saying 6.
But a turned ankle can change anything.
Right. I think Indiana has a chance.
Yeah, they
right?
got. I think the series will be aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I think that it'll be a fun, competitive series. Both teams like to get up and down a little bit. I was on NBA today, and not only were you accurate about that, but if you would have gone back to the preseason, Indiana was 50-1 to make the finals. 50-1, which is the 3rd longest shot to ever actually make the finals. The other one was the 2023 Heat and the 2002 Nets.
When the Lakers swept them, yeah. What's interesting, guys, too, is that Indiana very quietly has, everybody thinks how they kind of snuck up on everybody. George, they're 40-13.
Second best record since January 1.
To OKC, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we really do have the 2 best teams, at least over
That's
the last
a large sample size.
6 months. Yeah. Yeah, and so they could beat them. I wonder, though, you're doing radio sidelines for the finals, right? Okay. So, Cappy, you strike me as somebody that will watch the finals if you have a rooting interest. But since you don't, Pacers Thunder, will you watch this finals?
So I will, but in a previous life I would not have. Meaning, here's what I mean. Like, for 19 years when I was in San Diego and there was no NBA team, I'd be the guy that would come on the air on a day like today and be like, Nobody's watching this, Oklahoma City versus Indiana.
Sure.
Nobody cares, right? But because of our affiliation with the Lakers and my investment of time and effort and energy into the Lakers season and all the way to where we are right now, I'm all in on the NBA. So I want to take it till the very end. I don't want to end it now. I don't know who the champion's going to be. And I'll find myself rooting for Indiana because they're the underdog. But everything I read and everybody I talk to who's in the know says put all your money on Oklahoma City because this is a no-brainer.
I have every flight scenario booked from
Just
Game
in
4
case.
through Game 7.
Now, will you
Already booked.
George,
so
will you
organized.
get
It's way
to
cheaper
come-
to do it that way.
Will you get to come home at any point during
So
the
I'm
finals?
after Game 4, I'm coming home.
Okay,
because
good.
it's a Friday night. There's a early flight on Saturday morning from Indy that gets me in like at 8 a.m. to L.A.
And then when's Game 5?
Not till Sunday night. I'm sorry, not till Monday night.
Yeah, so you get a
I'll
whole
take a
weekend at
Sunday
home.
night flight
Smart.
back to OKC.
Okay, so I want to get this in here before we get out of here. At the Dodger-Yankee game on Friday night.
Real quick, where is Mason? I was listening to you guys when I was walking
He
over
has
from
a
the building.
doctor's appointment, and they could only take him at 3:30, and it takes him more than half an hour to get there.
Didn't you get the text, Georgie?
I mean,
You
I
probably
might have.
did.
I was in the TV building doing TV stuff, so I wasn't paying much attention.
He sent a text to you, me.
Oh, hey guys, have a
Laura.
doctor's appointment today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, George, you said you were over in the TV building. Will they continue to shoot NBA TV from LA?
All NBA and WNBA stuff will be done out of there. The digital stuff is also done out of there. So
the facility's not closing.
No.
They just got rid of Sports Center.
Correct.
Okay. So at the Dodger game on Friday night, they're playing the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
A concrete slab fell from the second deck onto the first deck and landed on a fan.
Wow.
He was not seriously hurt and stayed for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to imagine.
I would call Jacob immediately.
I would too. Has anything like that
Good
ever
idea.
happened before?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Someone has been hit with falling debris at a game.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fan.
yeah. I'm fairly certain I've heard a story similar to that at many different venues over the years.
The Minnesota, what was the name of the dome that they had? The
The
Superdome?
Metrodome.
Metrodome. Didn't that have a
Oh,
situation
yeah?
The
where
roof collapsed there, but it wasn't during a game.
Okay.
It would happen.
It was
in-
before the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then think about, remember Tampa Bay's stadium? Their
Well, that
roof
was during
got
the
blown off
hurricane.
during a
Right.
hurricane.
But no, that stuff has happened before.
And by the way, just so you're not
Not at
alarmed,
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, so you're not alarmed. The Dodgers immediately put netting up and fixed it, and so it was no longer dangerous.
It's an old stadium.
Right, but it's so picturesque and so perfect.
Yeah, but
if they could figure out the traffic, it would be literally the best stadium in the country. But the traffic is so bad. It's
brutal.
We've had Stan Kasten on, and he's talked about it, and it's so bad that
Can't they figure out? Well, the problem is there's only so many streets that go into it, right? So I
and
think
it's on
that's-
top of a mountain,
Right.
so you can. There's only so many ways you can get down the
down.
mountain.
Yeah.